1713. On the ship Henrietta Marie, chained Africans crossed the Atlantic with no room to stand. Many died before land appeared. Their bodies were thrown into the ocean behind the ship. The ocean saw.
Listen to this closely.
This happened to your bloodline.
This was planned for profit.
Your ancestors still survived it.
The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. From the 1500s to the 1800s, European ships crossed West Africa, Portugal, Britain, Spain, France, and the Netherlands built this trade. They bought and kidnapped African people for labor in the Americas. Historians estimate that 10 to 12 million Africans survived the crossing. Millions more died before reaching shore. People were taken from Angola, Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Congo. Many were marched hundreds of miles to slave ports and chains. At ports like Elmina, Castle, and Bonny, families were separated forever. The crossing became known as the Middle Passage. Ships packed human beings below deck like cargo. Some ships held more than 400 people at once. The British ship Brooks became famous for how tightly people were packed. Men, women, and children were chained together for weeks or months. Many could not sit upright. Disease spread fast in the heat below deck. Dysentery, fever, dehydration, and starvation killed thousands. Women were sexually abused by crew members during the voyage. Some captive jumped into the ocean rather than live in slavery in 1781. The crew of the slave ship zoned threw more than 130 Africans into the sea for insurance money. The owners went to court demanding payment for the murdered people. Olaudah Equiana wrote about the smell of the chains and the screaming in his 1789 book. Your ancestors lived through organized torture, created for money.
Do not look away from this history.
They counted black bodies as cargo.
But your ancestors kept fighting. The water remembers your ancestors' names. Millions crossed the Atlantic in chains. Many never touched land alive. You are here because they refuse to die quietly.
Yeah. The Middle Passage helped build the economies of Europe and America. Sugar plantations in the Caribbean depended on enslaved labor. Cotton plantations in the American South depended on enslaved labor. Banks, shipping companies, and insurance firms made fortunes from slavery. Cities like Liverpool and Bristol grew rich from slave voyages in the United States. Slavery expanded after the invention of the cotton gin in 1793. By 1860, nearly 4 million enslaved black people lived in America. Congress banned the importation of enslaved Africans in 1808. But slavery continued inside the country. Children were still sold away from parents at auctions. Black families were still whipped, branded, and controlled by force.
Man, time flying, don't it? Time is flying. Look, let me go ahead and share this out. I got one more share to do. Let me copy this and put it in my Discord, and then we can get started. Welcome to the Antifa War Room. I'm Rig, and we are sliding deeper into the autocracy. But we're going to chop it up tonight, man, have this real conversation. Like I said, guys, sorry I'm not everywhere. I know I've been, I haven't been on up in my signal chat as I need to be, but there's a lot going on right now. Like I said, there's a big push for me to get the stuff I need. As you know, we're under assault weapons ban right now, and The next show is not until 10 days. So that's around like the 20th. And so that's a very small window to get the stuff I need. I've been trying to grab everything else that I can, but you know, you got to be ready. I mean, I got stuff, but I want everything I want, man, because I just think that it's going to be vital, unfortunately. I'll talk more about that during the broadcast here, but this is it, guys. This is it. I think that people need to realize that there's a consequence for putting evil people in power, putting morons in power. There's consequences you pay for that. And I know America's racist, but, you know, I didn't think they would be racist to the point where they would destroy their democracy. But clearly I was wrong. So challenge accepted, man. It's clear that the Confederacy is back. And so there's only one, there can only be one answer to the Confederacy. Black flag energy. That's the only thing that we got for the Confederacy. All right, let's jump to some of these videos. Let's get this popping.
Carmelo Anthony has been sentenced to 35 years in prison for the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf at a high school track meet. This is why black people don't trust the criminal justice system. Let me explain. Carmelo was a 17-year-old high school student with a 3.7 GPA, captain of his track team, and no criminal record, who worked at a Foot Locker and H-E-B grocery store after school. Carmelo was sitting in a tent at a track meet last year when Austin Metcalf, a white kid, approached him and told him to leave. Carmelo was 5'11", and only 160 pounds. Metcalf, the white teen, was 6 feet, 225 pounds. Words were exchanged. Metcalf made physical contact. Carmelo said he felt his life was in danger and stabbed Metcalf to defend himself. He used a simple pocket knife he was legally allowed to carry. I'm not here to convince you that he's innocent or guilty, but whether you believe Carmelo or not, the legal process was stacked against him. Carmelo was 17, but tried as an adult. All qualified black jurors for the trial were struck by the prosecution. Carmelo's lawyers objected, and the judge, a white Republican who calls himself a conservative, overruled them. Then the jury, with no black members, deliberated less than 3 hours, found Carmelo guilty, and sentenced him to 35 years in prison. They rejected Carmelo's claim to self-defense, but self-defense works just fine in other cases, as long as the person doing the defending isn't black. South Carolina store owner Rick Chow was found not guilty for killing 14-year-old Cyrus Carmack Belton. George Zimmerman was found not guilty for murdering 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in Florida. And Kyle Rittenhouse was found not guilty for shooting 2 people at a Black Lives Matter protest in Wisconsin. Now compare prison sentences. Carmelo, a high school teenager, got 35 years in prison. Roy Oliver, who shot 15-year-old Jordan Edwards, got only 15 years. Aaron Dean, who shot Tatiana Jefferson, got less than 12 years for manslaughter. And Amber Geiger, who shot and killed Botham Jean, got just 10 years. All those cases were decided by Texas courts in cases where white people killed black people. When they kill us, they come up with all kinds of reasons and excuses to justify and minimize their crime. But when we defend ourselves, they throw the book at us. This is why we say Black Lives Matter, not as a hashtag, as a demand.
OJ got
a rich white billionaire convicted of 34 felonies who never spent a day in jail gets to live in the White House and pretend he is the world's biggest victim of weaponization in the justice system. But a black teenager with a stellar record as a student athlete is thrown into prison for nearly twice the number of years he's been alive, and they call it justice.
Yeah, listen, I'm over whining from white people. Y'all motherfuckers been doing dirt for the longest. But here's the thing you don't get. You weaponized laws against us before. It was illegal for slave rebellions. That didn't stop that shit, though, right? That didn't stop it. It was illegal to smoke your slave masters. That didn't stop blacks from doing it, though. So once you see the laws are corrupt, that shit don't apply no more. And that's why I need y'all demons to understand. We don't give a fuck about the rule of law because you don't give a fuck about the rule of law. You can tell yourself whatever you need to sleep at night. When shit get dark, we go finish what the Union Gang started. Nobody got time for that shit, man. We see what you do. If you cared about the rule of law, Donald Trump would be president right now. If you cared about the rule of law, you wouldn't have the Confederacy back up in here again. So it's clear that the United States of America don't give a fuck about the rule of law. You bomb children overseas, you commit genocide overseas because you committed genocide here. So let's just get that clear. It does not matter what you think about. We're going to ignore that shit. Just like we ignored the Supreme Court during the Civil War, that shit going to get ignored. I don't care about corruption. Who cares? I mean, Abbott is a criminal. He pardoned the dude who smoked the dude during the Black Lives Matter protests. So why should I give a shit about Texas? Why would I give a shit about a damn racist ass state like Texas that let criminals run in office and be out here openly corrupt? So no one cares anymore, man. What I'm trying to do, this message is really for black people to wake the fuck up. Right? That's really my main target. I don't do dialogue with demons. That's over with. You'll find out sooner or later. I'm not here to argue with you, man. I'm not here. We know what you demons are capable of. Shit. You deserve everything you get. You deserve everything you get. So keep playing, man. Keep playing. I'm gonna tell you, it's not going down. The days of massacring black towns and hunting down black people, that shit's over with, bro. You'll get hit with a Uno reverse card. There's plenty of black people out here right now that believe it's God's will for them to pay you back. And you know what? I'm gonna do everything I can to empower them niggas. All right? I'm gonna do everything I can to empower them because I believe them. I think it's time for a course correction. We done try everything else. Y'all done tried to throw natives out of here. You done tried to throw us up out of here. But have we tried to get you up out of here? Have we tried getting demons out of here? Right? All right. So somebody said they want to find out how to join Signal. If you want to join Signal, you have to download the app first. Once you got the app downloaded, go into my link tree, and then we can drop that. So it is what it is. Hey, don't worry. Listen, what did Democrats do again there, Kelly? I don't know why you're trying to argue with me. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Democrat there, guy. I know y'all got that in your head. I'm independent. I got plenty of smoke for the Democratic Party because the Democrats are failing to fight back against the Confederacy right now. That's what they're doing. Spanberger more interested in banning assault weapons than she is banning ICE. That's why I got to jump through hoops and grab all my shit. But you know, it is what it is. But let's keep going, guys. I'm not going to go too far down the rabbit hole, but just understand the rule of law been out the window. Let's just keep that clear. The rule of law in the United States of America been out the window. You elected a criminal, and he's breaking the law every day. Miss me with that shit. All right, man. I think Plies is up next. You know, I do love him, man. Plies, like I said, he rich. But he still is pro-black. He is still using his voice, man, to fight for black liberation. And I fucking loved it about Plies, man. Love that dude.
Hey, this real quick. But dear, I want to say young black men, but shit, dear black men, period. Stay your ass out of that courtroom as best you can. Just stay out that motherfucker. Anytime you got to go to a courtroom, in my opinion, you didn't already motherfucker, like even when you win, you lose, especially if you had to pay a goddamn lawyer and court fees and all. Like you anytime you in that motherfucker, you done lost. And I've said this shit for years, bro. It's two different laws. You got motherfucking white laws and you got black laws, but they ain't the same goddamn law.
No.
And if you don't believe nothing else I tell you, stay your ass. Do the best you can to stay your ass out of that goddamn courtroom. Anytime you go into that motherfucker, you is not winning. I wouldn't give a goddamn if they throw it out. You still didn't win. Cause you still had to give that shit your time. And it's the craziest shit. Like I told the motherfucker long time ago. When have you ever seen a all black jury? Like, we celebrate 250 motherfucking years in this country. If anybody could name one time it was ever an all black jury. Name one motherfucking time.
That's fact.
You can name 1,000,000 times it had been all white motherfucking jury, but you can't name one time, I bet you, in 250 years that it's ever been an all black jury.
And that tells you everything you need to know, right? Do you understand? Never in the history of America has there ever been an all-black jury. Because this system has been set up against us. They've been hiding behind these laws. The same Supreme Court that said that black people wasn't even human, right? That we don't have to respect black existence. So why would I respect the opinion of right-wing demons and the Confederacy? They are fucking the Confederacy. And if your kid is caught, you should be thinking about that Ashada Shakur shit. You should listen. I'm gonna tell you like this, man. My kid got caught up in that shit in the South, and they're free. I'm gonna get their ass out the country. Period. I'm gonna get their ass out the country. That's what I'm gonna do for mine. And woe to anybody who try to come to me. Because that's how you got to play to win, man. You got outlaws in the government. They pardon criminals. So anybody who's still playing by the rules, you a fucking fool. You a fool. They playing in your face. So you should be protecting yours by any means necessary. They showed you who they are now. They're playing in your faces. There are no rules, guys. If you let them demons get you in that courtroom in the South, you know what they go do to you. You know what they go do to you because they openly racist. They hate black life. They celebrate the death of black life. We're at war. I don't know why people don't understand that shit. We've been at civil war. We've been in a cold civil war since the first one stopped. It's always been a struggle. The moment that they had to admit that slavery, that they couldn't do slavery anymore because we was whooping their ass out here, they've been mad. They've been mad ever since. Everything they've been doing dirt. Oh, the North is racist as fuck too. It's everywhere. Listen, they lost their mind in California. Racism is a white people problem. Period. It's a white people problem. So I don't expect no white person to stand for black liberation because they're not going to fight as hard as we are. But I'm not going to listen to that bullshit. Right? I don't care about Jim Crow Jesus. I don't care about whatever lie they told themselves. I see what these demons do. The United States of America is the most racist country in human history. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, man. The United States of America is the most racist country in history. All right? Come on. Who done more? Who done more against black people? They tortured our ancestors more than Jesus Christ on the cross. They tortured us more than any other villain in history. Even Adolf Hitler, all that shit they talked about him. He learned from us. We took Nazis over there and brought them over here under Operation Paperclip. How you think we got the nukes? How you think we got jet engines? How you think we got stealth technology and aircraft? We got that from the Germans and protected them. Henry Ford was a Nazi lover. In case you did not know, you better go do your history on him. He was racist as fuck. Had people segregated in his little cities. Just so you understand the true history of the United States of America. And when you understand the true history, then you can move properly. A lot of Negroes is down here sleepwalking and shit. That's why you caught up, you still buck dancing. They want us gone. White people lost their mind when we just moved into a place. So it is on. We are at war. I'm going to treat it like we at war. Let's get it.
It's a sad that in 2026 we got to deal with the Klansmen, the KKK. I'm gonna call it what it is, the KKK. Because the night that young man came over here in that outfit, dressed like that, the spray paint, what he spray painted on my mama home, can nobody tell me that nothing different? That dude was getting initiated into the Klansmen. That was his initiation night. Can't make me believe nothing different. You're not a good investigator because your son got a whole Klansman suit in his room and a whole Nazi flag in his room, and you're supposed to be a good private investigator. She said she want to be tough on crime. Well, this is a crime that she need to get really tough on, her own child. Because if it was somebody else, if it was a person that looked of my color, my nature, I wouldn't even got a bond. They've been calling me thug and all kind of stuff. So to Governor Landry, this is your time to show that you're not with this hug a thug policy that you say all the judges have. You're not gonna hug a thug, and let's not kiss a Klansman. Because I'm gonna call it what it is.
Hold on. Hey, he said we let the elite divide us. No. White people let the elite divide them by being racist. That class unity don't mean shit to me. Hey, a class war don't mean a damn thing to me. Because racist ass white people voted for that demon. Racist ass white people voted to bring us in chains. Bring back the Confederacy. I don't want to hear shit about class solidarity. They showed us what they did when they voted. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm here for black liberation, period. If anybody else want to jump on and get in for that, that's fine, but you got to earn your keep. You got to earn your keep. We're not trusting shit. The left wing is just as fucking racist as the right wing. Right? You see how they cut Kamala throat? The Democratic Party cut Kamala throat. The Democratic Party cut Joe Biden throat. That was not done by the Republicans. Do you understand? So when it comes to racism, that's white people shit. Hell, they just threw our fucking votes out here in Virginia. Oh, Abigail CIA Spanberger let 4 fucking Republican judges throw our fucking votes out while we fighting and trying to fight back against this gerrymandering. And she didn't do shit. She said, well, I don't disagree, but I respect their decision. I bet your white ass do respect their decision. The fuck you mean you respect their decision? We voted. We fucking voted. So understand, when that shit get to cooking, weak ass Democrats got to go too. If you're not fighting and you're not in here full throttle against this shit, resist or resign. I don't give a damn, man. Only the worthy should lead this country. If America fails, that's a white people problem. What I'm trying to do is get black people ready for it. And we've been knowing, we've been going through adversity. This is the games they play down here in the South.
They ain't nothing but KKK. And we don't need this in the state of Louisiana.
Listen, man, I got bad news for you. If you're in Louisiana and you black, of course they embrace the Klan. Once again, why would you be in the South? What? Texas has been red most of my life. Let that shit go, man. We got to consolidate power, man. We got to consolidate power. I know you talking about don't respect yourselves. Y'all motherfuckers out here banging dogs and shit. Are you kidding me? You ever seen that cop that just got caught banging a dog? Why he had CP on his computer? Miss me with that shit. Ain't nobody as filthy as you demons. Okay, if you want to make that shit white versus black, then let's talk about it. Right? Let's talk about it. Right? You see all this filthy shit these demons doing? You are protecting P3DOs right there in the White House. Them crooked ass cops out here banging dogs, bro. Banging dogs. While they was watching CP, and some other kids saw them watching the shit and reported to the authorities. Are you kidding me, man? Y'all can't tell me shit, demons. Look how sick you are. All that shit, man, ridiculous, man. And you think we supposed to sit here, man? I don't want nothing to do with you. I don't want, listen, give me 1,000 damn immigrants before I take one of them filthy fuckers. So you have proven that you are your ancestors. And so we must treat you like Haiti did their ancestors, right? How Haiti fought and got their freedom, we need to be ready to do the same thing. Anyway, let's keep it going. Y'all get me fired up, man. Fucking trolls.
Changing your life recognizing that what happens in the South isn't something that is a South problem. What happens to black folks ain't a black folks problem. And I think for too long, we've been sitting around thinking like, oh, well, what black people gonna do? Y'all not gonna have any district, y'all won't have any voting representation anymore. But let me tell you what happens if we don't all collectively, however you identify, Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green, DSA, whatever it might be, if we don't all figure this out, or if we're waiting for black people, I promise you, everything that you care most about is housing, environmental justice, mass gun violence, educational equity, Medicare for all, any of the things that you care most about will now be tied to the fate of black people down in the South.
That's right.
Fighting back against illegal, racist gerrymander. So you better make it your problem.
That's right.
You better make these black people problems your problem. Because for as long as racism is pervasive in our system, I promise you it will come back to bite your ass.
That's
every
right.
single time, and it has every single time. If we're talking about immigration and ICE, the model for that was mass incarceration of black people. If we're talking about the violence of ICE, it was police violence, police brutality was the model for that. If we're talking about the erosion of your civil liberties, the model for that was how they have attacked the least of these, the most marginalized of these. So I think that if the conversation or if our plan is indifferent, then we are not thinking straight about where we actually are. We cannot afford to be silent. So if you marched out of No Kings, and I'm gonna need you to, we gotta get the outside. People need to know how you feel. Because again, if you're not saying anything, and we don't hear a lot of people saying anything, then they think you consent.
Yeah.
All right. And that's Representative Summer Lee. She's saying silence is consent. And it is. It is, man. White people, you need to be tearing shit up, guys. White people. This is your chance to be on that John Brown energy. This is your chance to be out here fighting against this system. They're stripping away everything. The United States of America has fallen. 20 countries has fallen. 20 countries down has fallen. The biggest slide towards autocracy in any country in world history. It is not a fucking joke. It is not a game. They're not building a ballroom / bunker / data center that won't be done to 2030 just to give it to someone else. He's not planning on leaving. The Confederacy is not planning on leaving. If they leave, they go to prison. Too many people have done far too many crimes. And y'all just still sitting back here like, what the hell? Listen, I don't know, man. They should be out here doing it. They should be out here getting it in, man. So that's why I say for the good white people, y'all better start fighting, man, because we're going to stay back in reserve. Black people, you need to hang back and be smart. When we come out for war. When we come out to defend our neighborhood and to match and to see their energy. The times of walking and holding hands and singing, I ain't gonna let nobody turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. That shit over with, right? You better have some motherfucking knuck if you buck. You better be armed to the fucking teeth. You better be ready to clap shit. That's the only way we should be out in this bitch, armed to the teeth. Everyone should be armed to the teeth. Everyone should be ready to send a demon to hell if they roll up on you. That's the energy you need. Period. We're going to bring up Jasmine Crockett because, you know, I love Jasmine, man. Even after they cut her throat, she is still out here standing on business. Fucking Texas, man. We need Jasmine. Come to Virginia, girl. We'll treat you right up here. Come to Virginia. We're the last blue state in the South. Come be our governor. Hey, after Spanberg got to go after this term. Come down here or run for president. Shit. Listen, I'm telling you, hey, listen. Wife had to be mad because I damn sure donate have my damn retirement, man. You can have that shit. You can, hey, take that monthly shit. You can have it. We need people like her in power. We need powerful black women. Jasmine Crockett spoke for all of us. Listen to her, man. Listen how she rolled.
Men, white men, are lecturing people of color because the vast majority, actually, any semblance of diversity comes from this side of the aisle. You want to tell people of color who is fighting for who? People of color do not feel comfortable or welcomed within your party. That's why you have to parade someone who has the name Dr. King attached to them so that people can be confused, because I have been reading the comments online and people are like, who is this Dr. King? Because you want them to believe that somehow she espouses who Dr. King was, yet you've yet to have MLK the third come in here. You've yet to have Dr. Bernice King, the ones that were actually raised by Dr. King, the ones that actually probably understand the teachings of Dr. King. And I just want to be clear, because I want to talk to y'all about what the Dr. King had to say about racism, so that y'all don't get it twisted and don't get it confused just because you see the name sitting in this room. Our nation was born in genocide when it embraced the doctrine that the original American, the Indian, was an inferior race. That was from his 1963 book, Why We Can't Wait. He also said,
Hold up. Somebody said progressive candidates only. Man, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Pro-black candidates, right? My first consideration, pro-black. Jasmine Crockett is pro-black. I'll fucking vote for Jasmine Crockett over any other consideration, just so y'all know. Progressive, leftist, liberal, none of them titles mean shit to me. I'm here for people who are here for the promotion of blackness and for the advancement of black people. And that's what Jasmine Crockett represents. She is fucking black liberation. She is black liberation on that ass, man. She represents black excellence. In Texas, y'all's a fucking fool to let her go.
in the final analysis, racism is evil because its ultimate logic is genocide. If one says that I am not good enough to live next door to him, or to have a good, decent job, or to go to school with him merely because of my race, he is saying consciously or unconsciously that I do not deserve to exist. This was from his 1967 speech, The Other America. So just to be clear, y'all don't seem like y'all even understand what a hate organization is. So I went to Google to help you out. A hate group is an organized group whose beliefs, practices, and primary purpose are centered on advocating malice, hostility, or violence towards people based on their immutable characteristics such as race, religion, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or disability.
Listen, Jasmine Crockett is fucking brilliant, man. Brilliant. The best of us. Remember, Greg Abbott destroyed her district and destroyed Al Green's district because that P3DO felon in the White House told him to. She did not lose a fair election. Her district was destroyed and Al Green's district was destroyed. She tried to jump to the Senate to keep her damn, political viability going. And white people, you should have rallied behind her for that. But everybody got some excuse why they can't do something. So miss me with that AIPAC shit. AIPAC don't mean nothing to me. I don't care about AIPAC. That's white people's problems. White people created Israel. White people funded Israel since fucking 1947. And you let Israel, United States of America directly help Israel become the fucking monster that it is today. I don't want to hear shit about AIPAC. I'm here for black liberation. If you got a problem with AIPAC, you go take that shit with racist ass white people. But I'm not going to let that shit be weaponized against pro-black candidates. Fuck about that shit. I don't care about that. That's just something that the racist leftists use to attack black candidates with. In fact, if you're talking about Jasmine Crockett now, talking shit about her, or Kamala Harris or Barack Obama, in this environment with the Confederacy at your front door, you the ops. You the ops, man. You're going to be treated like the ops. That's why I drag them to hell. I don't give a fuck what color you is. If you still got smoke for Jasmine Crockett, we dragging you to hell. Hell, you are the worst of us, especially if you black. We know what you do. You the type of people that snitch on the slave rebellions. You the ones that stabbed Martin Luther King in the back. That was there when damn Malcolm X got set up. So you have to be treated the same. If your black ass can't stand for black liberation now, Shit, we got to be out with your ass. Ray Charles can see what's happening in this country. Imagine having smoke for any pro-black person. Everybody out here who act like they love black people, your ass should have been out here voting for damn Jasmine Crockett. You should have been voting for Kamala Harris then. Let these white people play games in your face, man. So come on. This is why we here. Understand what's at stake. Understand what is at stake right now. The demons are coming for everything. So you better be prepared to throw everything at them. Appreciate your support. Let's get it.
If Jeffrey Epstein was on TikTok and he said a couple of things that was relatable, y'all bitches would be fangirling. Y'all hoes sit up every fucking day talking about a revolution and a civil war. Y'all bitches are weak in the motherfucking knees. Stop acting like you're progressive, bitch. Your morality meter is in your fucking asshole. Sit up just because a bitch know how to do makeup and say a couple things that you might relate to. All of a sudden, you don't give a fuck about the predatory behavior of somebody, about the nasty, disgusting ass, out of touch shit that people be saying. Y'all don't give a fuck about none of that shit. But I love his eyeshadow. Stupid ass bitch. It's 100 fucking people on YouTube and Instagram every fucking day doing eyeshadow better than his. And y'all sit up and wonder why people like Donald Trump are able to be so supported at the fucking rate that he's supported at. Y'all love predators. Y'all love people that are deemed bad people. Y'all think this shit is a niche. Y'all do. Y'all think being a horrible ass, disgusting ass, creepy ass, predatory person is a fucking niche. That's what you bitches think. And sit up talking about a fucking revolution, sit up talking about a civil war. Y'all hoes are weak in the motherfucking knees. A bitch could commit a motherfucking heinous ass crime and turn around and call you pretty, and then all of a sudden everything that the bitch just did don't even matter no more. Weak ass bitches.
Yo, she dropped the facts though, right? Think about how much shit people let slide. Y'all let all that shit slide. How the hell is Ted Cruz still in Texas? How did y'all let Greg Hot Wheels Abbott survive Uvalde? Destabilize the grid. They let you steal money, man, and cause floods. And they still forgave all of that. So that's why I say, man, what you doing? Well, you have to think strategically now. I would never be in a red state. I'm not wasting my time with it. I'm not wasting my time in a red state. We need to be consolidating resources so we can build up a black state. That's what we need. We need a pro-black state. Fuck Black Wall Street. We need Wakanda. I want to turn Virginia into Wakanda. I want this shit to be strong black. Why are all these black people in Texas knowing goddamn well they're not changing nothing? They still telling you Texas gonna turn blue. When? When is Texas turning blue? Because it's going farther into the Confederacy right now. You see what they're doing to black youth down there. Get your fucking kids out of there. Let them demons be racist to each other. Start the Great Migration. Get off your ass. Come up here. Come to Virginia so we can link up. Bring your blackness here. Let's fortify a damn state so we can make it stand when this shit get ugly. We need to control the state. Do you understand? If civil war breaks out, we need to control the state. You think Greg Abbott go use the National Guard against you or to protect you? You tell me, black people in Texas, do you think Greg Abbott is going to use the military to help you or destroy you? Get your ass out of there. Listen, that's why we got to pull up. We got to pull up in numbers, dude. We got to take over a state. Do you understand? I want a pro-black governor, a pro-black lieutenant governor, a pro-black AG, a black person over these slave catchers so we can slash that shit and get rid of the demons. And we only have slave catchers that's going to be for us. Because we don't need no police force. It really needs to be a security force and have a militia. Every black man, woman, and child needs to be ready, armed to the teeth, and understand what's coming. You got to get the hell out of there, man, because I am not going behind enemy lines unless I'm in the convoy and we're already battling. Unless we come and liberate some shit, I can't go to a red state right now. When it's time to liberate the prisons and when it's time to liberate the concentration camps, and we got to, when we're in an active civil war, then yeah, that's the time to go hit the fucking red states. But I'm not spending no time there, man. I'm not spending. I see those. It's a lost cause, man. You got to cut your losses. Understand what it is right now. Mississippi, as corrupt they are down there. Quit letting these demons play in your face, man. They hate us, especially in the red states. Let's get it.
The reason why poor white people continue to support Donald Trump, even though his policy directly makes their lives even worse, is because they don't actually vote for politicians on the basis of policy. They actually vote for ideology. Donald Trump embodies whiteness and he upholds white supremacy. And for a lot of poor white people who have accomplished nothing in life, who have very little access to opportunity, upholding something that gives them worth, even though it's based on the one thing that they had no control over, even though it's based on a lie, is more important than fighting for a system where everyone benefits. And this is why there's always a sort of state of confusion when people say, how can you vote against universal health care? Why would you not want more money going to schools? Why are you okay with a politician blatantly taking your tax dollars and pocketing it, rather than using it for the greater good? When poor Europeans came to America, they received a benefit in America that they were not afforded in Europe. And that was whiteness. And all they had to do was abandon everything they learned in Europe, abandon their heritage, their language, their customs, their traditions, anglicize their names, and they were afforded every single privilege that they did not have in Europe. They could be entrepreneurs, have access to loans, send their children to good schools. They were finally on the top of the hierarchy. And I don't think people realize how much success and building wealth and having money is tied up into whiteness. It is a political term that was born out of capitalism. And so for these white people who have not actually succeeded under this system, whiteness means everything to them. This is why you have poor people who are so against systems like socialism, even though it would give them more power. It would give them more agency. That would actually require that they give up the one thing that they value the most, the one thing that gives them value. And if that means worshiping someone like Donald Trump, while he destroys Social Security, makes their lives more unaffordable, makes it more difficult for them to access healthcare, that is what they're willing to sacrifice.
Straight facts. And that's why they're there. So I don't waste time talking to Kool-Aid drinkers. If you still support Donald Trump, you're beyond redemption. If you voted for Trump 3 times, you're beyond redemption. That is for other white people. White people can go talk to them. I'm not wasting my time, my platform, my energy. They are the ops. They are the Confederacy. They should be treated as such. I'm not wasting my time arguing with people, man. I am here for the 65 or 60 fucking 65 million or 75 million people that voted for Kamala Harris. And I'm prioritizing black people, just so y'all understand. I am here for black liberation. I hope that big ass sign that you see behind me in my videos clear up any misconception. This is a black liberation space. Everything I do, I'm a cater to blackness. And understand, we cannot trust nobody else. So anybody can be with us in Union Gang, but our leadership positions will be black people, pro-black people. That's how it has to be, because white people showed us what they value in 2024. They value their whiteness over the country and over the progress of the country, which is pretty sadistic, man, in my opinion. All right, guys, listen, I don't get paid shit from these algorithms. I don't get paid from none of this stuff. You know, I've been banned 31 times, probably working on my 32nd one. The way I dragged Rami Salami today, I went hard on his ass. I know he got pulled off Facebook. I don't care. I made a clean version afterwards, but I told him exactly what I thought of him. I used the exact same. Hey, I called him exactly what they called him. So if I lose another account, oh well, man, a notch in the belt. I really don't give a shit. But you guys can support me directly. All of my links are in my bios, guys. I'm going to be dropping my shirts in here while we drop this next video. This is our main video tonight we're going to get into, and I'm going to break this down. Yeah, listen, it might still be up on my, if you want to see my Rough and Raw video, it's probably under my Black Judas the Betrayer account on IG. So I dropped it there and I dropped it on Facebook. I'll probably put it on YouTube as well. So just check those spots, but it was too spicy for anything else. And I went back and I made a clean version that I put everywhere else. But you know, sometimes I have to just say what needs to be said. Because a lot of these tokens, especially people like Vivek, remember, he is still gonna be a stand-in. No matter how much he buck dance, no matter how much racist shit he says. Like he says that. So I went on his ass because he said that a black child, a black infant would be safer on the streets of Chicago than it would be in a black mother's womb. So those are on-site words, honestly, right? They really should be running up on his ass for that shit. So Vivek really, like I said, it should be on site. He bent on that shit though. They don't want him either. Fucking Ann Coulter told him to his face. She told him to his face that she not voting for no Indian. And I called him exactly. I used the exact same slur that they love to use against him. So if it's up to me, I would run his ass back to fucking Mumbai. He can go over there and do that shit over there, man. He's a disgrace. And he gonna get shown no quarter two. His money not gonna save him. They don't respect him. They will use that money, but he is still gonna find out tokens get spent. He think those racist ass white people go make him governor. An Indian governor, Ohio. Send Negro, please. Please. Let's get it.
We see the consequences. You still gonna die. You just need to be ready to die about something, worth something. We're gonna die anyway. Everybody leaves the same way. We need enough people. We need enough soldiers. We need enough people to say, you know what? Right, wrong, indifferent. This ends today because my life is on the line. My kids' life is on the line. You keep talking about I'm not your ancestors. You better become them ancestors because they had to do what they had to do and they don't even get to reap the benefits of what they had to do.
And what's sad is they went to the line. They went on the field. They died.
Exactly.
They were hung. They were burned alive. They were, oh my gosh.
They died. That's the end. They died.
Right.
You got to be ready
and
to
so
die.
they did that. And yet now it's being rolled back. And I'm like, where did we lose it?
You know what scares me as we think about this? I understand the passion and I'm with you, Sunset. And, you know, honestly, I am. But what I'm afraid of is what point would it be to risk your life and die for people that won't even remember you in the first place?
Who said that, though? Who said that?
Look at all these people.
Listen, I got to pause that real quick. So there's two black Christian girls arguing with this Haitian girl. And this Haitian girl is like, we got to be all in for black liberation. We got to be all for black revolution. So the Christian here is trying to qualify, well, why would I want to risk my life for ungrateful people? But stand by, it gets better.
People that are dying and we're forgetting about them right then and there. I know as much as I want to get on the field and bear arms, there are so many people I am not willing to die for.
No. And that's the problem. A lot of people may think that we have to be willing to die for everybody. It's going to be some people that's ungrateful. Hell, it's some people right now that don't even know their ancestors' name in their family right now that died for them. I'm Haitian. My people was going in cannons and blowing ish up just to make sure we here right here on this today. So I'm not talking about that. Yes, you got to be ready to die about it. That's it.
Look, the Savior of the world went to the cross.
Yeah, I died for Jesus, baby, but I ain't dying for these people.
They don't care about him at all. They say they Christian.
If Christianity causes you to be a coward, throw it out into the sea. Burn the Bible. I am the absolute wrath of my ancestors. There are many ways to fight back, and you're wondering why we lose it because freedom is not free. And if you fail to vote, if you fail to do what you need to do to protect democracy, you lose democracy. Most countries on earth are under autocracy right now. 6 billion people live under autocracy right now because people are not willing to fight and die for what they believe in. You don't have to fight for every single person on earth. You don't even have to fight for all black people. All you have to do is find out, how do you want to live your life? There's a reason why we remember the names of Nat Turner and John Brown and Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. But the people who quietly died.
Hold on. Hey, you saying Cardi B saying she paying $5 million for a lawyer for Carmelo Anthony? That's what I'm talking about. Listen, Cardi B is the GOAT. I don't care what nobody say. Cardi B is the motherfucking GOAT. You see how she's stepping up for black liberation? That's good shit right there, man. That's good shit.
They're the ones you don't remember, right? The ones that don't do nothing great. There's a great evil upon the world right now. And no one's coming to save us, especially Jesus. Him, his angels are silent. They always have been, because you're still dealing with the slave master's religion instead of finding true spirituality for yourself. Everyone can fight back in so many different ways. Will each person be out here with a rifle in their hand, engaging? No. There's plenty of ways to eliminate this and dispatch evil without even having to pull a trigger if it comes to that. But first, you have to have the willingness to fight. And if we can't convince you of that, there's no sense of wasting time. Harriet Tubman knew that she could not save all the slaves because they did not realize they were still in the system of slavery. Many black people in this country do not realize that slavery has never ended in America and that it was always going to be a struggle. Everything that we've done in America has been a struggle because the Confederacy was never punished properly. We never squad wiped them demons. That's why they're here. That's why they taught that hatred to their children. And that's why they rejoice in your death now. What I'm doing is building self-defense teams nationwide, and we are going to fight. And we're going to do whatever we have to do to defeat evil. Wherever path that takes us, so be it. Do your part and be ready. We're going to find out very soon whether this democracy thing is going to work or not. And once it falls apart, then that's it. You can either be like so many people who their last breath was praying to a God that's not coming, or you can be like the revolutionaries who brung hell to these demons and get your name etched in history. Either way, I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And remember, boys and girls, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. And whether it takes 10 months or 10 years, we must be absolutely relentless in our fight against the white delusion of white supremacy.
Now, I have to tell you, watching these black Christian women, they're the weakest Christian women I've ever seen. Because I've seen some Christians who are about that life, right? Hey, my connect in Detroit, she about that life. For you to sit back and be like, well, I'm willing to die for Jesus. Let me help you out, man. Why these demons were slaughtering black cities, how many of those black people you think was praying to Jesus as they was getting slaughtered? And when they took out Black Wall Street and they was wiping out, massacring all those black people, do you think some of these black people was praying to Jesus Christ? Do you think the last thing they was on their lips was praying to Jesus? And the last thing these white people were saying was calling them niggas? When they cut the fetuses out of black women's babies as they lynched them and made them lynch their own kids? Where was your Jesus Christ then? Come on, guys, go potty. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. If you want to be spiritual, then be spiritual. But what does Jesus Christ got to do with spirituality? The slave masters gave you that. The slave masters gave you that religion. I know because I'm free of that shit. I'm free of that shit. That's the best thing to come out of my Iraq mission. I started a spiritual run for myself. And I will never, ever believe the lies of white people again, especially about Christianity. Right? Nobody got more, no religion has more blood on its hand than Christianity. They telling you right now, look how the Christians moving in America. Look at the most powerful Christian organizations. The Heritage Foundation, straight evil. The Heritage Foundation is more aligned with the Antichrist than anything Christ-like. Donald Trump is more aligned to the Antichrist than anything Christ-like. The Supreme Court is more aligned to the Antichrist than anything Christ-like. And these fools still running around here with tattoos in the upper thigh meat. They fulfilling the scripture of maybe the end days, right? That people will be so deceived. That's the only thing they're fulfilling. If they believe in that, if you want to play, if you want to open the book up, they don't even read the damn thing. So we got to be about what's happening in the real world. In the real world, the Confederacy is here. Our mortal enemies are here. So you got to play your position. We're not asking everybody to be out here with a battle rifle fighting in the middle of the street. No. But you need to be ready. You need to be ready to defend yourself. Ain't no angels coming to get you and save you. I suggest you keep you a sword of the spirit with you. Right? That's my spiritual warfare right here. I keep that shit with me. In this bag is backpack Mogadishu. I stay ready. I stay ready to open up the gates of hell for any demon that wants some of that work for black liberation. And everyone should be like that. My sons are ready. They heavily armed. I'm more heavily armed now than Iraq and Afghanistan. And every black person in this country needs to be the same way. I'm not going to let no politician disarm me. Oh, man. What the hell, bro? Guys, give me a sec. My boy calling me. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I jumped off. We good. I'll wait. I don't want to jack all this up. I catch him afterwards then. Oh, shit, he called him back. Hey, bro, what up? No, I probably went to a voicemail. I'm live, but I'm walking away from the thing. So what's up? Yeah. I wonder if you do me like one favor, like take like 20 minutes to run over and check on my cat real quick. I actually worried that I would check to make sure the cat wasn't in the deli. I was before we close the door and that's everything else. I'm pretty sure it's the cat. No worries, man. Listen, you know I got you, bro. Listen, yeah, as soon as I'm done here, man, I'll go over there and check it out. Yeah. Just let me know. I'm gonna be on. All right, yeah, we'll do the same drills before. I got you. Yeah, man. No, I got you, bro. I got you. I'll take care of you. All right, I got you. All right. All right, guys, I'm back. I had to deal with something real quick, man. My battle called me up, man. I had to take care of him real quick. I got a mission I got to run after this. All right. Let's get back into this. Look, everybody has a position to play. We all got a position. The military, just like a regular society, everybody has a role to play. There's all types of different jobs. But first and foremost, you got to have the courage to fight. You got to have the courage to fight, man. Everyone should have basic weapons training because you have to be ready to defend yourself. I don't know why this damn thing. Give me a second. Why the fuck is this damn thing on crazy? There we go. I was wondering why the hell my screen was so dark. All right, I had to fix that real quick. But look, so you're going to need scholars. You're going to need intellectuals. Hey, somebody got to rewrite the Constitution. Right? If this thing falls apart, we're going to need intelligent people to write a new Constitution for the country. We're going to need people who can build an equitable system for everyone. But we're not going to be able to do it right now. Right? So, yeah. So that's it. That's what we got to do. Everyone has to be prepared to play your role. So those two ladies in that other video, they was pretty shook. And listen, if you're scared, I mean, hey, do your thing. Do your thing, man. But even when I was a Christian, I believed in being courageous. Now, you also got to know your weapons. In a democracy, your primary weapon is the vote. Understand that. I study the enemy. If you look at the Klan, if you look at groups like the Black Legion, they believed in voting, but they just believe in voting white. That's the reason why you don't have an all-black jury in this country, because they vote for all white juries. And that's why, as a black person, look at how hard they make voting. You should be voting every time, every election, from your HOA meetings, man, to the city clerk and clown, that and the local town. You should be voting at all of that because that shit's important. These are the people that's going to fund money to you. So you have to. Well, listen, the electoral vote matters because racist Confederate states demanded that. And no one ever came back to challenge it and overturn it. That's why we still have electoral college. Electoral college supports the Confederacy states. That's it. They want to give a small town. Remember, there's more people in D.C. than most of these other red states. But they don't want to give them power. They do not want black people voting in this country. That's why they're still fighting to this day. And that's why you should be voting. It's your primary weapon. If you believe in a democracy, and there are more autocracies than there are democracies right now. If you want more about that, I did a whole ass deep dive. I believe it was back Monday I did that. Go check that live stream out. That's why we're here. That's why we're dealing with all of this. That's your primary weapon. But it is not your only weapon. Look at the boycott. Look at the boycott we're doing against these Asian stores. Look how they losing their mind right now. One thing that people got to realize is the power of the black dollar. We need to be operating like Black Wall Street. You shouldn't have to boycott shit. You should only spend your money with black people. You should only spend your money with black people. Now, I understand there's going to be times you can't, but that should be your goal, to circulate your currency among black people. They made this shit about race, not me. Racist white people in America built this racist system to benefit them. So we have to fight back against them. Your dollar is important. Where you spend your money at, where you rest your head at, all that shit's important. You should be uplifting black business, period. With the technology we got, that's what you need to be doing. Why would you be in the store? Why would you be in the store that don't want black people in there? I dealt that shit as a kid. But you think I'm going to some raggedy ass store that don't like black people, that's not being run by black people? If a store accused me of stealing, they'll never see me again. They'll never fucking see me again. Fuck them. Fuck them forever. Keep that shit. Spend your money where you want it. I never was into that damn designer shit. I never was. If I'm a millionaire, I'm not running with no Prada, none of that dumb shit. I am not. I've never been trying to keep up with the Kardashians, and I damn sure give a fuck about no designer shit like that. Shit, we design our own shit and make it go. That's what we got to be on, and more importantly, you got to be armed. Listen, once again, go research all of these black cities they destroyed. We were not armed. You only had a couple of people here. A couple of soldiers fighting. That's how they wiped out Black Wall Street. That's how they wiped out Seneca Village. That's how they wiped out Oscarville. That's how they had the lynching Olympics with the Red Summer. You were not armed. Do not let history repeat itself. They out here spray painting shit and calling you ends again. And mugs out here openly rolling with the Klan, openly supporting these demons. That's what they want. They want a race war. Fine. Challenge accepted. Shit, go kick their ass again. But you can't fight no race war with prayers. Unless you locked in and you can call in fire from heaven. Listen, I'm all about spiritual warfare. If you know the cheat codes to call in heavenly airstrikes, I'm here for that shit. I'll be right there praying with you. But I don't see no deities throwing around shit like that. So it's on us. It's on us to learn how to fight and defend our neighborhoods. And you need to be ready. You need to understand the 3 basic types of weapon systems. Pistols, the things that you conceal that you keep on your person. And some pistols have assault rifle capabilities. You got to go, girl. Go on.
Let's go.
You got to go, girl. Come on. Not right now.
Shuri, come here.
She all up and stuff.
Come on.
Little Black Panther over here running around.
Come on.
But that's one of the weapon systems you got to have. Secondly, you got to have them shotties. Shotguns are devastating for home defense. You need them, especially in a close range situation. Man, that's what you want. That stop all that, especially with specialized ammo. That stop all that craziness. And finally, you need some type of assault rifle itself, because that takes care of multiple enemies or if you got an air to block out, if you got to protect your neighbor, you can have airlock and fire. You can suppress. There's so many different things you can do with that. And if you want to know more about weapon systems, download Signal, join Operation Black Skies, watch our videos, join the Danger Room. Most importantly, find a self-defense team in your area. At some of our mods out there, and they'll send you out there, and you guys link up with people. Look, we can't be everywhere. I'm in Northern Virginia, guys. That's where I'm holding it down. That's where Union Gang HQ is at. I am here to hold it down for Virginia. And everybody else got to decide. I really want more people here. We need political cover as well. That's why you support black politicians, pro-black politicians, because they can give you political cover if you have to get out here and fight for your communities, just like the demons do. That's how they operate. This is a team sport. You can't be withholding your vote, man. Your individual vote ain't gonna mean nothing. But if you collectively use your voting power, you can put in work. Collective voting power is the key. The same people you vote with is the same people you probably gonna be out here fighting against ICE with. The same people you gonna be out here rallying with. If you like this shirt, you can get it on uniongang.store. This is one of ours. Uniongang.store, link is in the bio. And we've highlighted, and people who talked about it, matter of fact, let me slide down to it. That is this shirt right here. All right, the shirt they're talking about is that shirt right there. If you guys are in the Antifa War Room, we ride with the ancestors. That's the name of that shirt. If you scan that QR code, that's the shirt I'm wearing. This right here is that the largest plantation that went up in smoke. I love that right there. I love that shit too. So we made a shirt commemorating that event. Because only white people are crazy enough and sick enough to go to a place that was enslaving black people and have weddings there. That's crazy shit. Who does that? So we loving that. Hey, this is how I like my plantations. I like my plantations like I like the Confederate flag. Well done. Scorched earth. Scorched earth. In this fight, guys, you got to have the will to win. The most disappointing thing about that other clip and listening to them get ladies talking, she was like, well, I don't want to, there's some people I don't want to fight for. You're not fighting for no individual person. The fuck? I'm fighting for black liberation. That's what I'm fighting for. Like my ancestors before me. Like my mama out here on these damn slave fields. That's what I'm fighting for. I'm fighting for the advancement of black people. And I'm willing to die for that shit. Period. That's what I'm fighting for. That is why I'm here. Because I understand what's at stake. I've been in countries when they fell apart. I've seen democracies fall apart. I've been to places where it failed states. We are fighting for the future of black people in this country. And if that don't motivate you as a black person, then fuck, I don't know what will motivate you. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is being scared and doing the right thing any damn way. You don't think people are scared? Hell, you don't think I was fearful in these damn deploying? I can tell you when I was going to Bosnia, man, I seen this airman. I was with a C-130. Now, everybody know a C-130, man, it's good for moving people. But if somebody's shooting missiles at you or something, it's a terrible place to be. When I seen this airman pulling these safeties off these flare launchers, I'm like, oh, shit. Man, not like this. Don't clap me out the air, bro. Let me just get to the ground. But it's about having courage. It's about understanding. When it's your time, it's your time, man. Talking about if you holding on to this life, man, for what? I can't live. Listen, my biggest fear when I was a soldier was not dying. My biggest fear was being a coward. That was my biggest fear. My biggest fear is that I was not going to do the right thing when it mattered. My biggest fear was not death and dismemberment. My biggest fear was being a fucking coward. So you have to have a willingness to say that's it. And if I was willing to fight for that shit, of course I'm willing to fight harder now. Because this is about our people. We made America what it is. And these demons want to continue to exploit our labor. Well, you damn sure been through some shit using Vietnam, bro. Because you know Vietnam was fucking crazy. So that is courage, man. That's where you got to reach down and pull something. I get my energy from the spiritual realm. I've always gotten my strength from the spiritual realm. I've always believed in the spiritual realm. I don't follow any religion at all, especially not Christianity. I'm anti-Christ as they come because it was all lies and indoctrination. But I'm not knocking anybody. If you get strength from that, then draw some strength from it. But don't let it blind you, and don't think that you're gonna sit out here and pray. You should be praying in private. But when you out here to battle, you should be ready to battle. Don't let these demons prey upon you in the streets. That's why you got to keep that sword with you. That two-edged sword, that two-edged blazing sword that I carry. That's why you got to keep that sword with you. You got to have contingency plans. If you think that we voting our way out of this, you may be naive. Do you understand? We did not vote our way out of slavery. I need you to listen what I'm telling you. Black people did not vote their way out of slavery. We fought our way out of slavery. We broke the law. It was illegal to slay your slave owner. It was illegal to learn how to read. It was illegal to gather. We said, fuck them laws, and start whooping their ass. So you may not vote your way out of this. The Confederacy is here. The Confederacy wants you in jail like Carmelo. They want you enslaved in the South so they can work you and get that sweat equity out of you. So you got to make your mind up what you're willing to do. That's why you got to have contingency plans. The rule of law went out the window. The moment that Trump got back in office, the rule of law went out the window in this country. Come on, man. Y'all just lying to yourselves at this point. If you think the United States of America is following any rule of law, you're a fool. They literally pardoned people convicted of sadistic conspiracy. And they gave a young black teenager more time than anyone who attacked us on January 6th. So that's telling you right there, the United States of America does not give a fuck about the rule of law. And they did not give a fuck about the rule of law when they had us in slavery. So you may not vote your way out of this. We're going to have to fight our way out this shit once again. And so you take as long as you need with that. But that's why you got to have contingency plans. You got to be ready for armed conflict. I'm not fearing none of these demons. I don't worry about the death threats. I don't worry about none of that. Because I know what I'm going to do when it's time. I'm going to do what I'm trained to do. Engage and destroy the enemies of the United States of America in close quarters combat. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm really going to give them that black flag energy. Just like Hexef out here talking that shit. So this is why you got to be ready. When the slave catches at your door, when they're grabbing your loved ones, when these white militias out here dragging your loved ones off, or taking you out here to string you up, it's too late then. What you go do? You go pray or you go fight? Everyone has to make up their mind about what you want. And so it's time, man. I choose to be a black revolutionary. I choose to threaten the system willingly. The moment George Floyd took his final breath, begging for his mama, I knew what I was going to be. I'm all in for this black liberation shit. I will die for this shit. And more importantly, I will make them die for this shit. I will never trust these demons again. I see them for who they are. White supremacy is the greatest threat to black life in this country, and really to black and brown life around the world. And you better wake the fuck up and start treating it like the threat that it is. They are showing you exactly what they want to do to you. And you can't rest, right? I've never got this resting thing. You can go train. You can go get out the, I'm not telling you to go out here and get slaughtered. Like I said, that time for black people holding picket signs, man, you better hold some heat. You better have you a 30-round magazine, a drum with a switch on it. That's how we protest from here on out. If they get one of yours, get 10 of theirs. Get 10 of theirs. Make an example out of them. If we don't stop them, they're not going to stop. Spanberger is not going to stop racism. Gavin Newsom is not going to stop racism in the Confederacy. There is no white person in office right now that's going to fight against racism because it's not a deal breaker for them. Racism is not a deal breaker for a lot of these white people. So it's on us to deal with these demons when they come for us. Racism should be punishable with that black flag energy. I'm not playing with these demons no more, man. And you shouldn't either. Understand where we are. There is no guarantee that we're going to make it to the midterms. There is no guarantee that the midterms not going to be rigged to all hell. So what happens when Trump runs for a third term? And they say, okay, we accept it. We accept that he run. What are you going to do then? And if you tell me, well, it's impossible for him to run because that's against the Constitution. It was impossible for him to run after he committed insurrection in 4K. But he ran because the Confederacy does not care about the rule of law. And you may not vote your way out of this. We did not vote our way out of slavery. We fought our way out of slavery. So everyone has to make their own decision. You got free will, right? I can never tell nobody this is what you do. Like I tell my sons, man. They all have to make that decision. How far they willing to go. I'm just telling you how far I'm willing to go. All right, guys. I am done with my talking points, man. Let's get some people up in here in the box. Hey, I am on my U.S. Army Overlord account on TikTok. If y'all want to get in, drop a 1 in the chat and put your requests in. Let's talk about it. All right, we're talking about Black Revolution tonight. What that means for you? What do you want to do for this? What do you expect from this? And what is your plan going forward? You know, like I said, I've lost a lot of faith in this political system. I doubt if they go rise to the challenge. I see very few people fighting back. And the people who fight back the hardest, Democrats cut them in the throat. Jasmine Crockett's still out here fighting, man. Incredibly talented woman. Incredibly pro-black woman. But racists on both sides, man, plotting against her. So it is what it is. And I think all those things go push us closer. Cornbread, I got you. Cornbread, what's going on with you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on?
It's been a long time since I've been in your line.
I know. I've been seeing you in ages, man. How you been doing?
Getting old. That's it. Army.
You and me both. Baby. Shit.
Oh, come on. You're still a baby.
I hope, man. My damn knee, man. I feel like I'm 80 years old with this damn knee right now.
Yeah, I have seen it all. I'm 70, well, fuck it, 8. And grew up doing Jim Crow, civil rights, all this stuff. And we ain't never had any power. And like you said, back in slavery, when they start turning on the masters, you know, chopping off, eliminating their heads,
yep,
and shit like that, they saying, hey, we gotta free these. We gotta free these.
Yeah.
Because They unaliving too many, but you don't hear about that in the.
They never gonna tell you about that, right? They want to tell you that we liked being slaves. That's a lie they tell you, and that white people freed us.
Please, and you know, I seen this movie called Bushwhack. Someplace in New York is called a place called Bush, whatever. The racists came over to the Bush and thought they could take over. When they captured one guy, he said that the law said that you can't have no guns here. So we thought this would be an easy take, or pew-pews, excuse me.
Yeah.
This would be an easy takeover. Well, it wasn't, you know. And I am so proud every time I'm on TikTok watching these young girls handle you know,
the heat.
Real people.
Yeah, I follow a lot of armed black women on IG. Well, I got one. She made her own stand so she can be in all positions while she out here putting heat down range. Man, I think it's a thing of beauty. I love seeing black women hold that heat because that's that warrior energy, and that's the great equalizer, women.
And there's some woman in Phoenix, Arizona. I didn't think she was in Phoenix, Arizona, because she got about 9 pew-pews on her. When I'm rolling, I got everything.
Yeah, me too.
And I listened to her, and she said, in Phoenix. I said, well, I've been to Phoenix. It ain't that deadly. I mean, they're shooting rattlesnakes and shit.
Is she? Hey, does she be wearing red? Because I think I follow one that's called Red Phoenix.
Yeah.
Listen, that woman, that black woman, is probably the most heavily armed black woman in America. Boy, she got some heat. Boy, she got some heat. She got heat for every occasion.
Yeah, I watched her one day and I said, "How you walk? You know, how you walk?" But it's gonna be a rude awakening or a red awakening.
Yes, because listen, even in her little outfit she be wearing, you never see it. You never see it. But that's that training, man. She came out there. I'm like, I've been following her for a while, man. Love her stuff. Love her. Where I'm like, that's the standard. People need to understand. You need to be proficient with the heat that you carry.
And the thing about it is, I see young girls, you know, 17, 18, probably 13, whatever, on the range.
Yeah.
You know,
I see them doing battle drills. They had a little youngin out there doing battle drills. She telling the weapon, breaking it down. I'm like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that should be the standard. Sure. That should be the standard.
I'm quite sure that ain't the only one. You know, it's I mean, I hate to see her come down that road, but the thing about it is you can't keep unaliving my young people and justify it. But who's in control? You know, who owns the judges?
Yes.
Who owns the Supreme Court?
Yep.
You know, and you got this Asian guy, you know, I looked that up. If it wasn't for the civil rights movement, we probably wouldn't have Asians here today.
Exactly.
Because, you know, Pink Toes wanted you out of here.
Yeah, they had the Exclusion Act. So, but this is why I'm like, we should not be breaking bread with nobody that's not about black liberation anyway. We have to move like they do.
Go to my page. This black woman is talking about, you know, we gathering together, and it won't be anybody from the NAACP or the league, the Negro Act, or whatever, because they feel treated by Pink Toes. See, I learned something, you know, this listening, that a lot of these black groups are controlled by.
Yeah.
That's a little bit. That are controlled by Pink Toes because they're part of the organization.
I like that, Pink Toes. I may start using that. Pink Toes. You know, I like that.
That was back in the 70s.
Yeah, I like that pink
60s.
toe.
You know, that was back in my early days because that's all we was chasing after was pink toes. And see, a lot of folks don't understand that, but when I grew up, that's all that was represented was pink toes for anything. You didn't see no black woman doing nothing in the 60s, 70s, you know, so had to put a special name to it, pink toes. But anyway, Army, I know when I come back later on tonight, you have 8,000 people.
Hey,
and
you know you're always welcome here. You're always welcome here because I think it's important that we got people who can tell you about the horrors of Jim Crow so people understand what it is and how these guys operated.
Yeah, it's I mean, to be in Mississippi, when I was in the Navy, and I was in Memphis. I'm kind of like watching this damn game. Ooh, I don't think New York gonna make it. No. And driving from Memphis to Mississippi, there was a sign that said, "Welcome to Mississippi, home of the Cucks." So I said, what in the hell am I getting into? And going in downtown, they had just started taking down the black and white signs. You know, so yeah. But the biggest surprise, you know, I had to stop. I got to say this. It was a straight shot from the base to in town. So it was one long road and it had this field that had nothing in it. And one day I rode by, it was all red. I'm thinking the roses. Then the next week I rode by, the red turned to white. It was a cotton field. I said, I ain't never seen a cotton field in my whole life in person.
Yeah.
You know, and I was just thinking, my ancestors was out there, you know.
Hey, my mom was out there picking that damn cotton in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Out there in damn Clarksdale, Mississippi, just like Centers. That was her.
I was in Meridian. You know, so
I got very strong feelings about Mississippi. It makes my fucking blood boil.
It's I just got strong feelings about, you know, pink toes because when Miss Harris, excuse me, when Miss Harris was running, all the pink toe women was, oh, we behind her, we behind her, we behind her. And what did they do to our beautiful black woman?
Stab in the back.
In the face.
Stab in the back like they do. Stab them right in the back. Betrayed all black women.
Yeah, you know, it's like, and now they're crying.
Yeah,
because their daughters are fading away because they can't get Medicaid, can't get any care for their illness. So anyway, I'm gonna step aside and let this young lady.
We got you. Yeah, you all know you always welcome to your thing. What's going on, Black Star?
What's good, Big Red?
Yeah, you know, it's on that revolutionary energy right now.
Yeah, and I feel you. I mean, what do we need to join? Who do we need to link up with to be a part of this to combat this head on? That's what I want to know.
One of my goals is to get these black weapon groups. We got a couple here in Virginia. I'm trying to link them up. I've been talking to like the local like black gangs, everybody. I'm like, dude, this is an all call for everybody. I'm like, everybody who understand what it is right now, we need revolutionaries, people who understand what is happening out here and what these people are trying to do. And so that's really what I've been doing, been trying to reach out as much as possible. I'm about to do some more stuff here on Juneteenth. I'm gonna be out here grabbing people up and recruiting, actively doing stuff. Plus, we're trying to outrun this weapons ban July 1st. So there's, like I said, there's a few items I still want to get, and I'm just making it happen. But I think we have to be ready now, guys. Everyone needs to be, you know, at that weapons priority, you know, DEFCON, getting down to DEFCON 1, because we see what's happening. Of course, you got to vote. Of course, you got to do everything you can. But I tell black people, especially, hang back. You know, hang back on that protest and shit unless you heavily armed and got multiple other heavily armed people with you.
You know what? It's a lot of people out here that has totally disconnected themselves to what is going on. I have a first cousin. I talked to her this morning. Do you know she did not know what happened to the 14-year-old last week? She did not know that this young child was done in by the Texas court system. And I said, listen, you got to come out of that goddamn oblivious shit you on, man, and look at what's going on in this country. We got a president.
You got to stay woke, right? You got to stay woke. Shit.
Well, listen, I hope I woke her ass up because she's a Christian, and
you know they get lulled to sleep.
Black star on her ass. Wake the fuck up and figure out what is going on, because at some point you need a plan. This motherfucker is getting ready to print money, right?
Yeah, listen, if you're a Christian, you don't recognize the Antichrist? That's all I'm saying. If you're a Christian, you don't recognize the Antichrist when you see it?
I had to go and just visit her today. The first thing she turned on is church preachers preaching.
Okay.
See, I said, that's why you don't know what the hell is going on. You don't know that this man literally, and it is my belief, I don't believe he wants to be a president again. I don't. What I believe is when he did not win that 2020 election, he decided that he was going to destroy these United States of America.
Yeah, no doubt.
It's all over him, Rick.
Yeah. He's been unstable since he lost. That's why I said the only federal facility he should have been in was Rikers Island.
Period.
That's it.
And still in there for the rest of his life.
I got you, E. Come on up.
It don't make no sense. He holds a grudge. This man has a deep grudge of the vast majority of people who did not see him fit enough to become president again. And I believe that he decided, he said, okay, once I get up in this motherfucker, I'm gonna burn it all down.
Yeah, and get rich. Steal everything.
And leave this bitch.
Yep. Listen, you got Ivanka Trump talking about buying islands and shit. Where the fuck did she get the money to buy an island?
What job has she ever held? Do she even have a high school degree?
Listen, man, I told you they stole that money. Kushner got all that cash, man, from the Saudis and stole all this back channel money. They've been robbing the states blind. That's why he want to say that they can't prosecute him or any of his family because they still know the fucking money.
Yeah.
Well, of course they're going after Social Security, but listen, if you let them go after Social Security, that's you. You should be y'all should be in the streets like damn Albania was. Like, if you let these demons destroy your Social Security so they can go out here and build ballrooms and all that craziness, man, that's on you. The pitchfork should have been out. Y'all should have been out there overwhelming shit. You should be out here liberating these concentration camps. You should be liberating these billionaires of their cash, is what you really should be doing. You should be taking the fight to the billionaire class directly in the streets. But hey, everybody has to make that decision.
When I tell you that I would lay my life down for my children, I mean it. I mean it with every fiber in my being. If anybody fucks with them two, that I almost lost my life getting into this world, both of them successful and doing their thing, fuck with them if you want to. I'm on your monkey ass. And I'll go my ass somewhere and sit down.
I feel you, Box. I feel you, Black Star.
Or go head on and just shoot me up. Because without my children here, what all the things that I have done and accolades and my accomplishments in my life don't mean a damn thing. If somebody fuck with them and they are no longer here. Like my mama said, if you do, you get up in an eagle's ass and that motherfucker the light. I mean, don't come down on the ground. Because I'm going to be on your motherfucking ass.
Yeah. I think everybody got to be ready, man. Everybody got to understand what is happening. That's why I say when people wonder what to fight for, don't you see what's happening? They're burning down the future of the country in 4K for the Confederacy. And so we need to be ready to match and exceed their energy. Because you didn't vote your way out of slavery, people. We did not vote our way out of slavery. We fought our way out of slavery.
Yeah.
Because every law they made was unjust, cruel, and evil. And the same slavers are here now. Slavery was never outlawed in America. It is alive and well in that for-profit prison system.
Well, see, I'm waiting for one thing. You know what they say? So, because there was another lady said the same thing. I don't know your name above. But she said,
Black Star, yeah.
Mess with my kid. I'm not going to come after you. I'm gonna unalive everybody in your family.
Yeah, the whole tree. You gotta uproot the tree. You gotta uproot the tree. Listen, that's why I say when I say squad wipe, yeah, you gotta squad wipe. That's what they say in the Call of Duty talk. You squad wipe that shit. Yeah, you squad wipe. That's how, because that's how they roll. If you look, anybody tried to fight back, they did all type of horrible shit to you. And they try to wipe out your bloodline. And so you need to be willing to fight like the Haitians, right? The Haitians understood how to deal with these demons. You look to Haiti for the example. They fought all type of dirty ass tactics they learned. There was military officers that worked with the French, and they used their own tactics against them.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do here. That's what the Louisiana Purchase, that's how America was able to buy it so cheap. Because they had to raise money because he had lost so much money fucking with Haiti.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? People got to stop that stuff about the Bible. First of all, read the Old Testament. I don't know how many times God said in the Old Testament he was about to smoke some people. Jesus tried to come and talk to people, but he never said that we ain't gonna be out there smoking on people. He took Joshua, sent them to Canaan to smoke all them people out. Peter had a sword and was cutting ears off. Like that was in the New Testament. So
yeah.
I don't know where they get that from. That's what I studied in my graduate degree.
Well, they might be reading the slave Bible, you know, because that slave Bible keep them nice and passive for massa.
Even wait a minute, I'm gonna tell you, this how God was. The story of Jonah. He was sending him to Nineveh to talk to them Assyrians. They was like skinning people alive, okay? He didn't want to go there. He ended up going there. When they found out he came there as a prophet and he told them what was going to happen, they already knew how God was. That's in the Old Testament, okay? They even put sackcloth on the animals, okay? My God was not playing, and he is not playing. You going too far. And my people gonna raise up against you, period.
Yep. And that's why I say anybody who calls himself a Christian, how can you not recognize Antichrist energy in this regime? Everything about Trump, he got all the damn deadly sins. He has all the Antichrist attributes.
That's the first mistake, Rick. If you got to tell me you a Christian,
true,
and I don't see it in your work and what you say, that's automatically a red flag for me.
Yeah,
because I ought to be able to see it. That young lady, whoever the fuck she was, I didn't hear it. Okay, Christian my ass.
Yeah, weak.
And I'm gonna tell you,
she want to live on her knees.
Our works. Yeah, we know by our works, not our talk.
That's right. Don't talk me to goddamn death about no Christian. Show me.
Yeah.
Let me hear what you got to say. And I'm gonna tell you. Listen, I've been battling. I have a virtual with my psychiatrist every 2 weeks. He want to lay eyes on me, baby. It is a reason that I cannot even tell y'all that they say once a Marine, always a Marine. Rig, I got some shit in me, baby.
Listen, hey, at least you got a psychiatrist. I scared mine off, and I said, fuck it, I'm gonna weaponize my trauma.
Listen.
Right? Because I couldn't listen, mine quit. When I started laying that real shit on them, they quit. So I was like, all right, we good there.
Well, I have to confess that I am not a Christian. I went down that road.
I'm not. They know I'm not either. Listen, I'm all in. I'm on that other shit. I know the spiritual realm exists, but I don't do the Christian thing. But once again, I'm not knocking nobody hustle about where they draw their spiritual strength from.
Right. I talk to mother every day. I hug a tree, put my feet in some grass, and then I look up into her face and she shine back. But now people don't realize that she all these tornadoes we have them are in sundown towns.
Yeah.
Sundown town, wiping them off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
But nobody talk about it. But
my mom knew about that shit too in Mississippi, man. She believed she could turn that shit, man.
Now you said you
when I was in Kalamazoo in college, they had a tornado. It wiped out the white part of town, not the black people.
Yeah, mother knows how to get back, and we're under a tornado watch right now in Pinto area. So I don't give a shit. But
yeah,
when that lady said that, I could feel it in her heart, 10 toes down. I'm coming after your whole family.
Yeah.
And you won't see me coming.
That's it, squat white, man.
I'm just waiting for the next one to go down, and that's going to be it.
Come on with it. Come on with it.
That's going to be it, you know?
Yeah.
You're going to see your kids walking from school, but don't never make it home. You know?
Man, I'm mad that I got to pick that person that I have evolved from. But if you go there with me, that bitch coming out.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I tell you, I'm like the Hulk. I stay ready, man. It's stay on simmer. and stay on that slow boil. So all I gotta do is flip the switch and say, "That's it, bro. What you ready?"
No, Army, go to my page, like I said, and you scroll down. You'll see this lady who's talking about uniting, but you go to my
You talk about the one with the afro, the Black Power sister out of Chicago.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, listen, I follow her. I'm with it. She wants to make a black national party. I believe that is the next move.
Yeah,
because if the Democrats fall apart and they fail to meet the challenge, we really need a black national party. If we're gonna have a true third party, we need to have a black national party. Period. That because ain't nobody gonna fight for black liberation like us.
That's her, and she's saying that the delegates will be voted, not picked by
Yes, I've been following her for years.
We ain't gonna make the same mistake that the NAACP or the Urban League or any Black Lives Matter. No, we ain't going down there.
We got to consolidate black political power, guys. That's why I'm telling people, get the hell out of them other states, man. The states where you see there's no political future, flee those states and let's get up in here. Let's control these other states. And more importantly, if shit get bad, you really want to be caught down in the fucking Confederacy. You want to be behind enemy lines with the Confederate soldiers and military on your ass. Because they will use the military against you. In case you're not wondering, the military's already arrested people in D.C. They will use the military against you.
But see, the thing about it, like one man said, you can talk shit. If you've never been in a war, I never been in a war. Physically, I was in the Navy during the Vietnam War.
Well, you was in one, because they were dogging y'all.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they dogged us. But see, that's why I went to the Navy, because the brother who actually went to Vietnam came back and said, your chances of coming back home is slim to none, because your ass is in the front line. You're doing all the dirty shit.
Yeah, because they want you, like Argentina. They want to take black men and put you on the front line. That's why I was like, I ain't doing no infantry shit. Y'all stupid. I'm trying to win. That's why I went air defense. They were trying to talk to infantry shit. I was like, first of all, my GT score is higher than that. That's for people who don't. Listen, I'm smarter than the average infantryman. Why would I do that? So, but yeah, that's the tactics. They always push black people into dangerous missions. And they tell you you're not about that life. They was always trying to protect themselves. Cowards and shit, man. And they've done this throughout history.
Well, see, what I'm saying is that a lot of these pink toes talking shit, but as soon as you pew back at them, it looks different.
Yeah.
Paper, what you call it?
Paper tigers?
Targets.
Yeah, paper tiger, man. Yep.
They don't pew back.
No.
That's the thing, So, my brother, I'm gonna have to say my TikTok brother, I gotta get off of this thing because
I appreciate
this game
you.
done going crazy.
I appreciate
I don't like
you.
neither one of them.
I appreciate you.
So I'm gonna cruise back through later on because I know you still be up. If there's space, I'm gonna sit in the cheap seats and listen. So, sister, I hope there are 100,000 more like you, because see, when that, as I said, when I come on,
you gotta go.
Like
You gotta
this,
go party, girl.
my
Go
first
party.
words are the baddest motherfuckers on the planet is a black woman, and
yes, sir.
When the camel break for her, it's over with. It's over with. Because it's gonna be a different kind of strange fruit. And we're gonna say this. Well, they must have unalived themselves. Well, how did they do that? Their arms are tied behind their back and both arms are broken. Well, hey, Anyway, go to my page and check
Hey, I got much love for you. I got much love for you up there, cornbread. Power to the people.
And I want our people to read this book, Negroes with Guns.
Yeah.
Because it was written by this brother in 1962, Robert Williams in
Yes.
North Carolina.
I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, he's the Deacons of Defense.
Yeah, I got a sweatshirt with him and his wife with their pew-pews.
Yeah.
Their pew-pews on the front. And Dr. King and all of them had weapons. They just got him that time.
Yes.
Because they used a sniper. They just got him. Like, he was preaching that to keep people from rising up. But the only reason LBJ signed those bills, is because he couldn't keep them down no more. He said, that's it.
It's about to explode, just like slavery. Just like slavery, they had to go to civil war because the rebellions was getting too much. That's why I told you, didn't no black person vote their way out of slavery.
No.
You understand? You got to fight your way out of that shit. And that's why we're back at round 2. The Confederacy is back. Right? They're trying to hide behind these wicked ass laws and criminalizing our existence. So y'all a fool if you consider if you let these fools rule you with that corrupt law. You got to understand that power starts with you holding your hand and coordinate with your other people.
And them deacons from the defense was real deacons, okay?
Yes. Yes, they was. Listen, they had some hellish shootouts. Man. Yeah. They was wearing them Klan boys out.
Yeah.
And history don't want to tell you about that. They had a black sheriff that was putting in mad work. They had put his house on fire. He went back, man. He hired veterans. He hired veterans on his team because all the white people quit. All of my man said the pink toes, all the pink toes quit. And he's like, okay, he went and got some black war veterans. And so when they hit his house, he hit 3 of their houses. Yeah. And then Muggs just disappeared. They said I don't know what happened to him. He fled town. Their ass was getting chopped up, tossed in the river. That's how you play. You beat them with their own dirty tactics. That's what they fear. That's why they don't want you. Listen, why do you think the NRA was against weapons for the first time in history? Because the Black Panthers armed up. They didn't want black people having weapons. And you can't massacre people who are armed too. You look at what is not real is doing over there. They're able to do that to the Palestinians because the Palestinians are not armed at their level. So you got to be, there's hard targets and there's soft targets. And I've always believed in being a hard target.
And then you
gotta, don't worry about it, man. Listen, hey, your boy Smoke, though, he ain't coming back. Right? He ain't coming back. It's going to be a lot more of them at the rate you're going, Demon. So you can cry harder about it. All right? Hey, pink toes don't stand a chance. I'm just waiting. I'm waiting to finish what Nat Turner started. You see it? I ain't thinking about no demons.
And they need to read about this sister, Gloria Richardson. She was in one of my grad school books. She was like, her family had an insurance company and her daughter got her in the civil rights movement. She was in Cambridge, Maryland. Mm-hmm. The white people came over there and set fire to the black side of town. She got the brothers together and they went over there and did that to the same thing to them.
Yes.
It was going back and forth so much that Robert Kennedy came and offered the civil rights bill to them first. And she told him, I'm not taking no special laws or bills. The Constitution say I got my rights. Period. She was tough.
Exactly.
And she didn't even want to get in it. Her daughter got her in it.
Yeah, you have to match and exceed their energy. I've been saying that because they're not going to, everything else is weakness. All of this stuff that's happening, they let these guys know, they snatching people up off your streets and you're a governor and you letting these people drag your people in the concentration camps knowing it's illegal. But you're not doing nothing. You're not protecting your people. You should have been arming your people up and putting ICE on notice not to be in your state. And all the rest of that is just weakness. So if you're not stopping them, you damn sure not going to stop them when they start using the military again. And when you try to say he going to run for a third term, what you going to do then? Right? If Trump says he's running for a third term, what Democrat tell you they're going to secede from the union? They're not even talking about it. If he tries to illegally run for a third term, do you think any Democrat would be like, hey, we secede from the union if you do this? No. Because they are weak. Right? It's weakness. So if you're not willing to fight, then you lead, then there has to be revolution. Right? When the system is so rotten that it can't make the course correction, you leave it to the people. And if you leave it to the people, then oh well, you got to go too. We can do way better. This two-party system is trash anyway. And I just think that no one's going to fight. Listen, the Democrats had a good run. But what difference it make if you let democracy die? And if you let the entire system die, you knew that motherfucker was supposed to be nowhere here. No Democrat wanted to make the hard choice and lock his ass up. He should have been locked up. He was too weak to do it. And so now what? You want to let them sit back and continually to come after us? So if you give it all away, man, that's why I say, how can you be a governor, but you still let these people break the law in your state? You let somebody tell you in your state, you the governor, you can't enter a private facility. Says who? You don't know the fucking power. You don't know where they're getting their power from. Shut the whole facility down. Put them on notice. Surround that shit with National Guard and armed citizens. I would have armed citizens. I said, you got 72 hours to get your ass up out of that facility. And I put on notice, you got 72 hours to get your ass out my state. And I will already have armed citizens waiting for you. They already on a hunger strike. I'd have put the whole fucking facility on a hunger strike. I would have cut nobody in or out. Nobody in or out. If you out, you come out with your hands raised high. Ain't nobody coming to save you. That's how you need to be operating as a governor. But I don't see that in the Democratic Party. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you make revolution. We move closer to revolution. Because nobody going back to no damn boring ass speeches after this type of corruption. And if you think you go work across the aisle, your ass got to go too. Because obviously, clearly, you corrupt too. I'm not forgiving none of that shit. Everybody who's been doing all this thieving, all this stealing money, all this violating people's rights, you got to go. You go to the very prisons you've been building, or you could take off running exile, tax the billionaires till they're no longer billionaires. But that's on them. I told you, I believe that the system was cooked the moment they put that damn demon back up in there. Like, that democracy's over with. And you can see it's following suit because we are sliding towards autocracy. So that is on the Democratic Party. I don't know what their main strategy is. It don't look like they got one. I don't see no strong leader. The strongest leader I've seen, y'all cutting their throat. Jasmine Crockett. Al Green.
That video with Jasmine Crockett was fire too.
Yes.
He was like bringing up somebody with the last name of King.
Yeah, trying to play games, trying to play in our face. What the fucking Confederacy know about Martin Luther King?
Just like they be talking all that peace stuff about the oh yeah, Dr. King was peaceful. You don't know what was going on. Don't be talking that shit to me. I grew up in that.
Yeah.
You just talking that shit to make everybody else think that we was weak. We wasn't weak.
Exactly. People tell you remain peaceful. Man, that's y'all fools. United States of America is the most violent country on earth.
Yeah.
So if you're not matching and see that energy, you're just gonna be a victim.
And on that Edmund Pettus Bridge, them people really didn't do stuff because they didn't want them old people to get hurt. And when Dr. King went out there with them the second time, he just stopped it because they had too many people. You know, it was gonna be a massacre. But he wanted to show on worldwide TV what they was all about.
Yeah.
But it's different now. Everybody's strapped now.
That's it. When they come for you, you come for them.
Yeah.
Hey, that badge don't mean nothing once everybody armed up.
Yeah, and I'm proud to live in Detroit because we got the most pews than any city in the country, registered and unregistered, okay?
That's the way to play. Man, I told y'all, man, I don't care about those. I told people, man, you should be holding.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn about your legal status. You better be holding some heat.
That's right. Like Black Star said, it's best to be judged by 12, by 6 than by 12.
That's right. Hey, after I squad white, man, if I break that turning record, hey, good. Mission accomplished.
Yeah. I can sit up in prison and be happy. But I'm too old for that, so I got to go out in the blaze.
That's it. That's me, man. I told him I'm not spending a day in no prison. I'm not spending. I was born free, die free.
Nope. I want them to say that black lady was tripping in Detroit. Y'all be like, dang, Miss E gone, but she was fire.
Yeah, don't let these people bait you with that remain peaceful nonsense. There is nothing peaceful about these demons. They let a man go out here and hawk down a black child in broad daylight and pop him in the back and say he did nothing wrong. So they have told you what they show you what they are. And so everybody needs to be ready. Talking about why was he armed? Man, my children armed. I'm going to be heavily armed.
Hey, they tried to dog. They had this prime couple. They had 5.56s. And they was taking pictures in their prime outfit with they pew-pews. People was on there. Why would y'all give that to them? I said everybody, including kids, need to be heavily armed and trained. I see nothing wrong with it. It's beautiful.
Yep. And if you got politicians out here holding M60 war pigs for Christmas, and their wife got an Uzi and he came on, listen, you couldn't even shoot that thing if you wanted to. Then we need to be the same way. Yeah. That's why I say, man, everybody in the family to be holding that heat.
Yep, why shouldn't?
Because that's more people you can fight and defend with. These people want to come back in here. They want the Rosewood. They want the Black Wall Street. But we're not having that, man. That's why I said you got to get everything.
When I go to my family's, when I was a kid going to my family a place down south, everybody from 7 years old to 100 had some strap, okay?
That's it.
And know how to use it. And the rules.
Yeah, this is where we have to be now because the cold civil war is heating up. Right? Yeah. Of course they're screaming it. They never stop screaming it, guy. Listen, that's why we have to make sure that they're squad wiped from the timeline this time. This time we get them out the timeline for good. The country will not progress as long as the Confederacy lives in this country. You will not. Exactly. Listen, them drones, hey, listen, that drone shit ain't no joke. Listen, I will show some video, man. Woo, man. Listen, I'm not gonna show it live, but I will show it to my Signal group. They got it out there, though. They got it on IG. Listen, that drone shit is a game changer. Man, them drones, oh my God, man. Them drones, listen, they got these dudes, they show all these Russians. All you see they last moment. Kind of dude watching himself. Kind of dude, because it changes warfare. Because now you got the little thing, you see dudes trying to blast at it, running away, throwing their weapons at it. Man, listen, for 3 minutes, you see 60 dudes get ate up in 3 minutes. And that's why Russia's getting bogged down. Listen, hey, but you know what? That's how it goes. That's what you need to be on. That's why I told people, I know drone operators. I know people who own that shit. And that's how you got to have everything in your arsenal ready. Everything in your arsenal ready, man.
And people, don't be pew-pewing your own people in the neighborhood.
Exactly.
And about stupid beefs and stuff. Y'all got to just forgive each other and keep it moving and remember the big picture.
Every person in the streets, man, you got a chance to elevate from gangster to freedom fighter.
Yeah.
What the fuck are we talking about, man? If you ever want to stand for something, this is your chance. You can go back to the reason why they created gangs in the first place.
Yeah.
Wake up and see who your real enemy is. That's why you got to be on them.
All that dumb getting on people because they said something on Facebook. Fuck Facebook.
Yeah. You have to, listen, have a truce.
Yeah.
All black gangs in America should be on truce right now, man. Like the Crips and the Bloods was during the LA riots. You need to put your beef to the side, man, and recognize that the Confederacy is coming for all of us. We need you too. We need your inner workings, especially people who serve time. You know how them damn for-profit prisons working. You know who in there. You know what's going on. You got contacts in there. Those places will have to be liberated. That's why we need you. That's why we need you to be ready to do what to do.
And also stop calling your vets in your neighborhood crazy. Get with them so they can teach you strategy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and how to work together, whether you agree with each other or not. They not crazy. They know what's going down in a way that you don't know because of their experiences. Stop playing.
Yeah. It's a call for black unity.
I'm not no veteran, but I be listening to you and Black Star and Yvette. And then I started talking and being with the ones in my neighborhood. They have taught me a whole lot more.
Hey, you a vet in these streets, though, E. You a vet in these streets, and your organizing skill is imperative. We need that. The organization, everybody, that's how you come together. And we all lend our skills. We all play to our skill set.
Yeah.
Young blood, I sent you that video. It took me a minute, but I
Okay.
sent you the video. Pass it on, and I'm going back to bed.
I appreciate you. Power to the people. Look, this is what it's about right now. I think that playtime is over with. That's why I tell you, every black gang in America should be on truce right now. Yeah. Understand? Keep the heat you got. Make your money any way you want to. I don't give a fuck. They're thieves in the White House right now. Make your money. But save your rage for them demons. You got to protect your neighborhood, protect your block, man.
And keep getting them switches and stop putting it on Facebook and social media.
Exactly. Don't broadcast. Listen, I seen about a month ago, somebody knocked off a Brinks truck. They have no suspects. Good. Right. Good. Listen, that's literally Robin Hood. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Attack the system. Listen, they are stealing billions of dollars at the fucking White House. Fuck you mean? You should be out there doing all that shit. You should be flash mobbing them stores, all them big corporate stores. Man, grab that shit. Grab that shit, man. Go get that work in.
And stop selling the smugs to your people. It's enough people coming from the suburbs.
Exactly. Give it to them.
So they all blowed up and can't do nothing. Like, subdued.
Yeah, play to win. This is they keep talking that race war. That's what they want. They weaponize their laws against black people. I don't care how you make your money. I don't care if you Crip or Blood, Christian, Muslim. If you black, you should be linking up for black unity. Everything else we put to the side and fight under the black unity banner. Because that's what we need now. They're actively seeking us out. Shit, we need people to protect my man while he on the inside. Protect him. Put money on his books and protect him. Show him how to protect themselves in those damn prisons down there. That's how we got to rally for people.
And stop dogging your black women because they the ones gonna say your ass at the end.
Exactly. Black women are the key. And if you don't believe that, go read Project 2025. Look how the federal government is targeting black women because they know that black women are the key to any revolution. They know that black people, listen, if you need to smuggle and get your people out the country, who you think they're gonna be doing it? You have a modern day underground railroad to protect yourself. If you had to go put in that work, you had to go liberate a prison. You had to go put in that work and get them slave catchers out of here. And they need to get your ass out the country. That's who will be doing it. A network of black women running a modern day underground. I told you the rule of law is out the window. There is no rules, man. If you're still playing by rules, you're a sucker. They're playing in your face. Understand, you better be ready to protect yourself.
Black women that had you rolled up in the couch bed in the basement with them.
Listen, my mom was a Christian, but she kept that 38.
That's right.
She kept that 38 on her.
Yeah. God forgives.
But she was a light worker anyway. She taught me all kind of, listen, my mom taught me all kind of shit. All type of candle magic. How to fucking, listen, and that shit worked. Shit, I don't know what, hey, what dude, man, she sent some shit after him, man. He was, man, the dude, I never see a dude come back and surrender on his own.
Hey, remember Madam Rudolph that Richard Pryor was talking about? Oh, you see this? You see this snake? Yeah, you don't pay me my money, you will see him again.
Yeah, listen, I'm telling you, that dude was like, man, he came like, I don't know what the hell she did to me, man. Call it off. I said, okay.
That's right.
Listen, she got your ass, man. She worked that candle magic, man. Wrote the name in there, man, and dropped that shit in there, man. That's why I say, hey, it is what it is. Light worker. She was a light worker, but like I said, coming from Mississippi, so.
Yeah, that's why I could get next to Sinners.
Yes.
You know,
Sinners was really showing my family, man, showing my mom is a light worker and old boys a gangster. My dad was a straight gangster.
Yeah.
And listen, when the laws are corrupt, you have no choice but to be an outlaw.
Yeah. Because I felt them because that's how my family was. And they used their money to try to do good. They didn't want us to do that. They did their money so that we could do better.
Yeah.
But they also taught us how to protect ourselves, and that's what we got to start doing now.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because some people be falling for that okie doke.
Yeah, I'm here for that light work, man. Listen, I believe in the spiritual realm, been there, done that. Listen, and my mom gave me the greatest gift I ever had after she died. So I know she was about that life.
She made you courageous.
Listen, she, hey, that I call it my astral surfboard. Changed everything.
That's the greatest gift she could give you.
So when I seen that, and I was like, because listen, our link to this thing is greater than these people coming after us for a reason. All right, I'm telling you, our link to the spiritual realm is beyond anything these demons can match and exceed. You just have to find your place and quit listening to the lies of these demons. Quit letting these people poison your mind. Wake up and engage, man. Wake up. See what's happening. If you're spiritual, then get out here and prove that. You should be like Neo in the Matrix. Plug in to the spiritual realm for yourself. Plug in. I don't care what you call yourself. I care how you move. There's plenty of preachers who I follow, but I follow them because they're on that black liberation.
Your mom protected you in all them places you went.
Of course she did. Of course she did. That when I tell you that I almost got smoked in 1991, my mom knew what was happening. I was getting ready to go check on the house. Some Compton Crips that rode up with me and my homeboy, my best friend. And he wanted the jacket for my jean jacket. And he pulled off that solid off 12 gauge, man. Like point blank range, man. I did not know how much danger I was in then because I didn't understand what a gauge could do to you. Once I joined the army, I was like, man. But even when he pulled it out, his homeboy was flipping out. You know? I don't know what the hell he saw behind us. But he seemed more nervous than me. And he's like, just get the hell out of here. And so me and my boy took off running.
Your mom was protecting you when you was in all of them countries.
Of course she was. Of course, listen, my mom, I'm going to tell you, when my mom was dying and they took her off the life support machine, I felt her in the spiritual realm holding on. I felt her holding on. And I was in an all black unit. I was in the bathroom, man. I had got the Red Cross message, man. I was crying, man. And I never forget, Colonel Folgem, he came in there super religious. He didn't play that shit. You couldn't cuss or nothing. And he was like, do you believe in God? I was like, I do. And he said, will you pray with me? And we prayed. He paid for my plane ticket. He paid for my plane ticket to go home. When I got, and it was, listen, it had snowed real bad in Wisconsin. So we had to like drive like, I don't know, like, man, 4 hours to get to an airport that was open. Got to the airport. When I got to the airport, They immediately upgraded me to first class. She's like, hey, you're in the wrong seat, sir. And she took me to first class and set me there. And the whole time, man, I remember some lady, she had gave me like some seeds candy. I guess the word spread on the plane when that happened and while I was going back. But I was there, man. I was holding on. I was telling her, hold on, I'm coming. And she was right there. I was the only person, family member that was there when she took her final breaths. Right there by her feet like I normally be.
That's how my grandmother did. She was in my living room at my house having her hospice. And she had been sleeping for days. And she just got up. And I said, Ma, please don't leave me. My birthday tomorrow. She woke up on my birthday and told me, don't never think you better than them smug addicts and women out in the street and them people out doing stuff in the street. You ain't no better than them. And she took a deep breath and she left on my birthday.
Listen, and I'm gonna tell you, when my mom left, not even a year later, right? When I had that out-of-body experience, and they was talking about, hey, they asked me, did I want to meet their spiritual leader? I'm like, yeah. And when I agreed to this, I saw the biggest library I've ever seen in my life. Big, huge, beautiful building. Doors opened up. I walked inside. There was all kind of stuff in there. I cannot tell you what half that stuff was. I was mesmerized. I seen big, beautiful library, man, with all kind of books, all kind of devices. And I seen a lady that was in a cloaked robe that shimmered in the light. And she looked familiar, but she looked younger, like in her 30s, but she seemed like she was ancient in her spirit. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even get a chance to talk. She just nodded her head, and when she nodded her head, a device appeared in front of me, like the height of a table. And when I looked into that device, I see like an event horizon. I see myself as a young, in Iraq. Listen, I'm telling you, this shit, real shit. I'm telling you, believe it or not, man. This is why I walk the path I walk now. It was February 9th, 2009. I never forget it as long as I live. Just like I'm talking to you, I communicate these people, and we didn't say one word to each other. You understand what I'm telling you? Everything we did, I transmitted mentally. We was talking through telepathy. Do you understand? This shit is deep, man. And let me tell you how deep this shit is. Man. When she opened this device up, the language I never saw in my life, but I understood it clearly. There was tiles that came up in different colors, purple and red and white and black tiles, and it had writing on it. And I understood all of that shit. I understood everything that I seen. It was like my native language, in my native language. And when I saw myself as a young boy, I see myself in the young boy where I grew up in Long Beach, California, on Pasadena Avenue. And then I started zooming in and I started scanning. And the more I scanned, it changed everything. I saw myself as an old man. I saw myself far, far into the future. I tried to go as far as I could. And at one point, I gasped and I said, holy shit, we're immortal. And that changed everything. I don't know how long I was there. I tell you this, it may have been several hours. It could have been days. Everything in my life changed at that moment, man. When I woke up, man, I tried to my wife. Nobody, listen, they wasn't ready for it. I finally had to quit telling the story because people just wasn't ready for it. And when I woke up, I started crying, man. Damn near uncontrollable. I was like, that was my mom, man. It's like, holy shit, that was my mom. You know, which is, oh my God. Even talking about it now, I get emotional.
Yeah.
Do you understand, man? These people want to separate us from real power in this universe, man. This universe, we are here with a purpose, people. We are here with a purpose. Do not let these people separate you from the spiritual realm.
And she wanted you to see that so you can be teaching us at this time.
Yes, and listen, I became obsessed, man. I had to find it. It took me 6 years, man. It took me 6 years to rebuild everything there. And I tried everything. I started getting into man, I started dealing with the Gnostic Gospels. I studied every religious book that I could get my whole hands on. And finally, I found one book in the series that started lining up what I was doing. And it talks about voyage beyond the body, how to be an astral traveler. And that's how I was able to go back. I went to a place here in Virginia called the Monroe Institute. And I was able to go back and I met one of my ancestors from the future. Listen, this shit get deep. So I tell people, I don't talk to us about stuff to people because they can't handle it a lot of times. But it took me 6 years to go back and then have the ability to recreate where I was at. So that's when I tell you I have a spiritual refuge I go back to, that's where I go back to. When I'm tired of Earth 1, I go back to that place. I know when I lose this physical body, I'm going back there. I've talked to soldiers from other wars. I knew they was dead. They knew I was still alive. And we talked back and forth to each other. So there's 3 books. His name is Robert Monroe. He wrote 3 books. One was like out of body experience. I'll show you all 3 of them. I can talk about it. But don't get caught up on a person, because here's the problem. People want to start building religions and shit after people. Don't do that. When I went to this place, I couldn't even listen. My spiritual experience was so intense that I could not tell these people because they wouldn't be able to handle it. So they have these chambers that you can get into that can help you get back into the spiritual realm, and so I was outside the machine just meditating, and I was in a fog for like 45 minutes, and I seen another person in the fog. He was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm trying to get back to my to the Akashic records, and he was like, "So what are you waiting on?" And I was like, "He's like, you got the power to do it." And when he said you got the power of doing it to do it, everything started building back up around me, and I was like, "Well, I got questions." And he said, "Well, I got answers." I said, "Who are you?" He looked me dead in my eyes and he said, "I'm you."
Yeah.
I was like, "How long have we been at? Have I been at this?" He's like, "You've been at this for a while." And then he said, I asked him, "How many times have I been here in this realm?" And he said 722. I laughed at his face. He's like, "You find that hard to believe?" He said, "Listen, you may not remember everything that's going to happen here, but you will never forget that number 722. He said, "I'm going to show you that number. You never go forget it." And it was like a damn firework blaze that said 722 when I left. And everything. And listen, when I came out of it, people was talking about like colors and they felt vibrations and shit. I could not tell them this story. The guy I went there with, I was like, okay, it's too deep for these guys. I got to take this and move on, because this is how a real spiritual practitioner will give you tools you need and you never see. I never paid these people a dime. And listen, people was paying $1,200 to go to these retreats. I went there for like a free little trial thing, and I got more than what these people paid $2,000 for. Got in and got out, because they was getting inside these like these Faraday chambers or whatever. And in the Faraday chamber, nothing really happened. I was outside the chamber and all this shit happened to me. And so from that's how I'm able to jump into other worlds. I am an astral traveler. And that's my key to this, man. When I go back to these other worlds, that's why I tell people this realm that we're in is one of many realms. It's one of many. And the true realms are controlled by thought. You don't have to worry about somebody who is evil getting to a higher realm, because your thoughts literally manifest as you think them. So it can be a heaven or hellish experience based on who you are.
Yeah.
I've done so much cool shit. I'm telling you, I could probably write a book about the things that I've done out there. And I get why people don't want to come back here to Earth. I get it. But we have to fix this place. We have to take the best from the spiritual realm and wake these people up. This is why I don't worry about, I've lost my fear of death like that, because I understand where I'm going. I know exactly where I'm going. I'm going right back to the spot I was at. Got people waiting on me, waiting to link back up. And listen, that's why I tell you, even the Christian version of heaven will be hell to me. Why do I want to sit here praising somebody when I can go create worlds and go down there among some worlds and live among the people and create advanced civilizations in a time that you can sleep in one night? Because time moves differently. Do you not realize there's some realms where time moves so quickly that you can live a lifetime in the time that you sleep? The rules, we are operating under earth time. We created time as a construct. But in the spiritual realm, you are outside the space-time continuum. And so this is what changed everything for me. This is what made me drop all religion and say, hey, at my core, this is who I am and this is what I do. And I learned my native language. I learned my native language that was stolen from us, from slaves. That's the language that I understood. Yeah.
Let me say this. If you have not been to that place, that spiritual realm, it's hard for people to understand.
Exactly.
They might even think they need to go and check your ass.
Listen, and guys, I get it. Hey, listen, guys, I get it because I was a hardcore Christian, right? I would never believe a story. I wouldn't believe a story myself, but I lived it, right? And for years, my wife thought I was just like, she thought the PTSD got the best of me. I'm like, I get it, man. That's why I was careful who I talk about this with. But I tell people this, see for yourself. Right? See for yourself. Whatever you believe, cut out the middleman. Death forces you back into the spiritual realm. But why wait? Get out there, man. Get out there for yourself. And listen, this place was near like some holy site in Iraq where it happened. So there's spiritual hotspots in the world. You know, and so there's some places where this stuff is on fire. There's people who I've met that was Christians that told me I was meeting my wife in Germany. Right, told me all types of stuff about my future. Never saw him again. Saw this dude for 3 days in a revival. He was the real deal, man. He was the real deal.
Rick, let me tell you something. You listening to a person who completely lost their sight for 11 months. Enrolled in the school for the blind, learn how to use the cane, braille, the whole nine. And one night, I was laying there because I was in a state of depression. God whispered in my ear and he said, your sight will be restored because you have an assignment and you need your vision to complete it.
Yes.
Listen, I believe you.
11 months, I read on paper.
Listen, I believe you, girl. Shit.
Listen,
that still voice, that mom, listen, when that still voice talk to you, I know. I stop immediately what I'm doing and listen.
Listen, I got my readers on, but I see your beret. I see your shades. I see I got E4 right there with 129 coins.
Yeah.
And let me tell you another thing. Let me tell you something. My deceased husband, he promised me that I was never ever gonna have to worry about driving anywhere, being jeopardized or nothing. And when I go places, I plan ahead. I look at the weather. I look and see all of this stuff. But I got caught out there coming back from a little function. I was literally I was at 298. The goddamn sky fell out buckets. I started screaming and hollering and cussing him out. I said, nigga, you told me I would never have to worry about this shit. Let me tell you something. I let go of the wheel. I let go.
Facts. That's why we got true discernment. Hey, you said it right there. Hey, freedom fighter, that's it. That's true discernment right there.
And my exit.
That is a spiritual gift, man.
And I got to that exit, and all I could see when I put my hand back on that wheel is when I saw the kangaroo. And I pulled in there, and I sat there until it stopped raining.
Yeah, listen, that's why I tell you, you
know what you talking about.
Exactly. I told you, listen, that our connection, yes,
now.
our connection to the spiritual realm, this physical universe was created for us. Right? We are the universe. I'm telling you, the power that created this universe resides in us. And no fake Christian falling around and speaking in false tongues can ever match true, raw spiritual power. No matter what they do here, no matter how much money they get. That's why I tell you, money is useless. What do you need money for in the spiritual realm when you can go out here and live as energy? What the fuck are we talking about, man? That's why I tell you, man, these people are not ready for what's out there. And then here's the beauty of it. Whatever you polarize to, that's what you go to. Right? You can't be in the higher realms because your own thoughts gonna betray you. The beings that I talked to, everything was telepathy. You can't hide from nothing. You can't hide. Your thoughts are there. Whatever you think is transmitted. And so that's what I'm trying to tell people, man. Our purpose in this world is so much more than what they tried to tell us, that we were just slaves and we just this and we just that. It's so much deeper. They could never walk that path that we own. They could never do this, man. I'm telling you. That's why Iraq, for me personally, was my best deployment, because it opened me up to the spiritual realm. I would have deployed 10 times to get that. She gave me the greatest gift in death, man. I did. Listen, my mom was hard on me, man. She did a lot of shit I didn't understand when I was young. But one thing she knew where the fuck I was when I didn't know. She knew how to come and find me. She could find me no matter where the fuck I thought I was at. She found my ass. And she taught me how to enter the spiritual realm. She taught me how to use candle magic. She taught me all this shit. And I listened to her. I loved her, man, you know? And even in death, like I said, she held on to me in the spiritual realm, even though they pulled her from the machine. And everybody was praying for her, waiting for her to die. She refused to die until I was in her presence.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she was suffering from dementia and everything. But when I started reciting the 23rd Psalms, we said it together. Right? She was right back there and praying and singing.
My God, today.
And so that my connection with her cannot be broken like that, man. And like I said, look what the hell she gave me on the other side. And while I'm deployed halfway around the world, man, I'm in the spiritual realm with my mother, getting the greatest thing I ever said had happened to me. The greatest advice I ever said changed my entire outlook on the world. And that's a gift that's more.
And she saw it.
Yes.
And she was she had a shield of protection over you.
Yes. Listen, I'm telling you, man. Hey, everything I thought I wanted to do here, man, I'm telling you, that's where I go. And I could tell you 100 more stories, man, from what happened with those things. That stuff right there. But this is who we are at our core, guys. I'm telling you, this is who we are. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And this is something they cannot take from us. No matter what they put us through, they cannot sever that link. It doesn't matter what you believe in. You could be an atheist, and the universe will do it.
Yeah.
Well, you guys want to know? Yeah. Hey, it's deeper than Atlantis, guys. It's deeper than Atlantis. And I tell you, that changed my life forever. My goal was to be able to walk into the spiritual realm like I walked through a door. That was one of my core things I've been training on trying to do. And I only met one other guy who is an astral traveler like me. He does more stuff locally. He can, project in the local places. I always try to run hard to the universe and see how fast we can go and how far we can go. But we're going to have to bring those gifts back, and we'll have to manifest those gifts here now, because this is the time, man. The earth needs us, right? These people are threatening to end the human experience. So we must come with everything. And I didn't want to have to be like this, but I'm like, now we got to come with everything. We got to fight with all of our weapons. And that's why we have to unite. We have to draw people onto ourselves. We have to let people know what time it is, man, and show them the power that cannot be stopped.
Yeah. What you trying to say? My moment was in 2015. We was coming from a church conference in Memphis. We went on the highway. We was coming back from Detroit about 5 minutes. I do not, a 18-wheeler, we had to stop for traffic because it was construction out there. An 18-wheeler hit the back of our Chrysler 300, and I was in the back seat at 50 miles an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
I don't remember nothing to this day that happened. When I came to myself, I was in a hospital room by myself. I had a lump on my head the size of a grapefruit. And the Tennessee State Trooper was on the side of my bed. And I started crying because I'm used to, like in Detroit, when you go to emergency, you in this waiting area where there's a whole bunch of patients with curtains. But I was in a room by myself. And I knew my pastor and another gentleman and a young lady was in the back seat with me, and I started screaming because I thought they was like unalived. And he said, they're all right. We were just waiting for you. And he said, but I stayed here because I never went to an accident like that and everybody in the car was alive. Mm-hmm. But when I was out, the Lord came and spoke to me. And he was like, you gonna do what I tell you to do, and you gonna take care of my people. And you gonna be fearless.
That's right.
I got you. You gonna be fearless. When I came back home, my pastors and them, why you do that? Why you be out like that? I'm like, I'm more afraid than God than any of y'all. Than any of these guys out here with pew-pews, trap houses. I'm not afraid of none of y'all.
Yeah, you got to walk in that power.
Only one person walking the face of this earth that I fear. And her name is Janice Catherine Johnson. And back in the day, when she was off the goddamn they called her Niecy. All she got to do is look.
And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And
hey, somebody dropped a jewel in there. It said there was a press with the euphoria. That's one thing I forgot to tell you. When I was in the spiritual realm, for the first time ever, I felt complete peace. I was at complete peace. I thought I must have got hit. I thought did I get killed? Did I get hit with a damn rocket or something? Because everything was peaceful. Something I've never felt in this realm, man. It was complete peace. Like a euphoria, man. And it was amazing, man. It was amazing. It was the best experience I ever had. Listen, it's hard to come back to Earth 1. I'm telling you. It is hard to come back from Earth 1 from these spiritual realms, but we have to wake other people up.
Yeah.
You know, because so many people are just living out this miserable existence. And we have to wake them. We gotta wake them and get to the real work.
Y'all, these chill bumps just leaving my whole entire body.
You got work to do, Black Star. You got work to do.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. I'm not a person who is braggadocious. But let me tell you, I have helped countless of veterans get their compensation. And I learned the Social Security Administration that as well. It is nothing.
Spiritual realm. We're talking about, out of body experiences, stuff like that. Connection to spiritual realm. That's what we're talking about at the moment. We once talk about some black liberation. We talk about true liberation right now, right? We talk about spiritual liberation at the moment.
Right now, my 80-year-old aunt only trusts me with her box, and it's a heavy box of information to get her stuff together. She has 3 children. She said, Kim, you the only one I trust. I don't even trust your daddy. I need you. Yeah. I am doing it. Now, my sight at some point, y'all, it's miraculous. At some point, it goes away at night. And I close my eyes. But you can cool best believe when I wake my ass up in the morning, I can see and I thank God.
Amen. He be like, you gotta go to sleep now.
Continue. That and eat. That's why I'm telling you.
Yeah.
When I tell you this 58 years of my life, and based on how the Marine Corps fucked me up, baby, look at my last video I made at my 40th year high school graduation. I don't look like what I've been through.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. Hey, powerful black woman, you are the blueprint, ladies.
Yeah.
You are the blueprint. This is why no matter what these demons say, look how they go after you. Because nothing is more formidable than a powerful black woman who understands her and locked in on that energy in this world. Yeah. I've seen it. I've seen it from my own mama. I've seen what she's done. She did jobs that men ran from. I remember that she was sick one night, man, and she used to work even with walking pneumonia, man. My mom was out there doing stuff. She stayed home the night she stayed home, her station blew up. Or finally blew up. I never forget it. I was looking out the window. I heard this loud hissing. I was like, what is that? And by the time I walked to the window, it was like, you seen the flash and then the bang hit. Boom. It was so hard. I thought the glass blew into my face from the damn window when it blew up, man. And so I knew my mom, like I said, she came from being a slave, but was a light worker. And look what she was able to do. So when you talk about sinners, man, that's my mom. My mom is that lady in Sinners. That is my mother. She is a light worker who understood, and she actively protected me when my dumb ass was out here in the streets. Listen, I was supposed to be gone a couple of nights. A couple of nights, I was like, all right, it's a wrap for me.
No.
And she was out there actively working in the spiritual realm. That's how nobody could ever tell me that is not real, because it's more real than this physical realm, and it's more permanent than this.
Black Star, that's why when you say that term, I be repeating it to people. I mean, like my friends say, you can't beat my ass. That is my favorite thing. And I don't even try to take credit for her. I say my friend Black Star, and I'm with her. You can't beat my ass. And believe me, baby, I believe that about you.
But hold on now. It got one word in there. One word. And I had to tell Doc, I said, listen, when her daughter is making our famous statements that we known for,
yeah,
it is what they gonna do.
Yeah.
Whoop my ass.
Yeah. I forgot that.
What they gonna do? They can't whoop my ass. When I tell you I will lay down my life for my 2 children, I'm not afraid of unalignment. I know where I'm going from this hell that we walking here on this earth.
Yeah. Listen, the earth is damn sure not one of the higher realms, one of the lower. Listen, this shit right here is ridiculous. It is hard to come back. That's why you have to go back to those places of spiritual retreats to come back in here. And that's what made it all work for me, man. While I was out there in Iraq and all kind of shit was going on, it changed everything, seeing it for myself. And there's nothing that can change that. And that's why I tell people, pursue it. Listen, there's techniques that I do, and there's times where I'm hot with this, and times I have to put it down. But this is the true walk right here. This is when you in this mode right here, man. This is how you can do the things they want to talk about in the Bible, bringing that out.
Yeah, I had a friend. He was a Rosy Christian. he was my best friend. He passed away. He would be having me have them experiences too. And one time he took me to this Native American sweat lodge that was like underground in Kalamazoo. Man, I was having all kind of experiences, and he was like, the man that was there was telling me, like, when they people be on smugs and stuff and having problems, they take them down there, and when they come out of there, they be straightened out.
Yeah.
And that was a heck of an experience. So I've had some of them experiences too. They be tripping when I don't talk to them about it at church
because they're still trapped. They're still trapped in that belief system. Listen, I tell people the Bible is the basic instructions before leaving Earth.
And
right?
Jesus was trying to tell them.
When you get that, when you find out that the church is in you and the spiritual realm is in you, and this thing is when the universe starts responding to you, man, I'm telling you, this is something that they cannot get. When they talk about stored up your riches, see. Elon Musk ain't got nothing on the spiritual realm. What he has is useless in there. That if you really want real, raw power of the ages, that's what you want. That connection to the spiritual realm.
That's why Jesus told that rich man, "You want to follow me? Give up all your money and
exactly." Because they're so caught up in the physical world, they don't understand the spiritual creatures. They cut off everything. That's why I say, what good is to gain the whole world and lose your own soul?
That's why Nicodemus couldn't understand him and wouldn't leave with him. He was like, I don't understand. He was like, you just got to come on and go with us.
Yeah.
He didn't understand it.
Yeah, because listen, man, I'm telling you, the spiritual gifts there, it's a game changer. It changed everything for me. And like I said, this has been passed down. Our family's done this. My mom was a light worker. Her uncle or her brother used to turn storms. All them tornadoes that came through, he used to turn tornadoes. She told me all the stories. So I said, hey, it is what it is. And I've had, matter of fact, speaking of tornadoes, I've never been in a tornado, but one of the things that make me become lucid.
I've been in 2 of them in the middle of it.
When I see tornadoes, like multiple tornadoes in my dream realm, I immediately become lucid. And once I become lucid, I can do anything. Whatever I think, I can manifest in my dreams. I've always had that ability. My problem was, no matter how crazy the dream was, I just treat it like real life because I'm so locked into it. But once that happens, then everything changes.
Yeah.
And so I've always had that connection in my dreams, man. And one thing I had, like I said, a big spiritual event for me was that total eclipse of the sun. I was so locked into that I had to get there. I pushed my family, man. We drove 700 miles to get there. And when that damn thing lined up and I took them glasses off, I could not believe it. It was like the sun was like, hey, let me show you something.
The tornado is kind of otherworldly.
Yeah.
It's like you in slow motion. The first one was I had in Kalamazoo. I'm gonna tell you how crazy it was. It was in the middle of a sunny day, and we were in our 3rd floor apartment, and stuff was flying by our balcony window like the Wizard of Oz. And I don't know why we left and went out to go pay our electric bill.
Yep.
And then the second one was in Detroit, but I knew the sound of it, and I had just drove under a viaduct going home, and something said, you need to stay right here. And it was a lumber shop right when you got out the viaduct. Stuff was all blowing out all that wood. It was like matchsticks when I got moved on to drive out of there. It is really otherworldly.
Yeah. Hey, like my man said, Freedom Fighter said, you are able to create worlds in that realm. I've created worlds in that realm. I share this with you since we're already talking about this high level stuff. I share a story with you, one of my high level stories. One of the things I scanned to was a dimension where people or whatever beings exist as pure energy. And I was in this field with other energetic beings. And I'm telling you, it was the best feeling I ever felt in my life. And they were literally creating a world. We created this world. I went down to that world, lived among the population, created like what they call like a type 1 civilization, levitating trains, all kind of stuff, all kind of scientific marvels and wonders, and done it. And it was one of my best out-of-body experiences. I did it. Matter of fact, it was like October one year. I was on the couch. I said, let me try to slip into the spiritual realm, man. And I meditated, and bam. So just to let you know, since you said you're able to create worlds, been there. Hey, best. And that's why I tell you, you're only limited by what you want to do out there. When you understand the power that you really have, you know, it's a heavy burden that we bear as Black people in this world. But we're not powerless. No matter what these people try to tell you, we have access to something that's a game changer. Yeah. That's why even those Lego songs hit me deep, because they talk about the people who got thrown into that water. The water remembers. You damn right the water remembers. The ancestors remember what happened to them.
Yeah.
I have the ability to talk to ancestors from past and future lives. That's one of my abilities.
Yeah.
So they know. And the world itself is probably going to start empowering us to save this place, just like the movie Avatar.
Yeah.
We're going to have to, because if you want to save this world, man, we got to fight for it. We cannot let this world, we cannot let the human experiences end. Yes, we're beyond this, no matter what. Man, life is going to come. But why should we let these fools burn it away, chasing cash and other stuff that they can't take with them? They're chasing the wrong thing because they're trapped in their own hell. They're in a prison of their own mind because they got so much hatred for us.
Yeah.
So these fake preachers that's rolling around and prophet lying can never see a true practitioner of the spiritual realm. They'll run out of town when you pull up, because the energy go no. When you recognize people who really moving in the spiritual realm and really understand how to move in that energy, man, they can't compete. They'll run away.
And they know we got them powers. Like when I was in grad school, some of them graduate, like some of the professors would ask me, why isn't Black people's faith evolved? This is what they call it, evolved. Like them slaves knew they was being lied to.
Of course.
They would go out in the woods and worship their way.
Exactly.
And we still do it different than them. And they couldn't understand that. And I told them, because y'all lying.
Exactly.
First of all, that stuff y'all put in the Bible, the Holy Spirit did already explain what y'all inject up and how y'all try to change it to me. How you try to make it sound different. The problem is you made sure our people couldn't read.
Yes.
And because that's what happened with Nat Turner. Once he read that,
once he understood,
and learned how to read, he said, y'all lied to me.
Yep.
And had me lying to my people. And I said, y'all depend on people not reading that Bible, even your own people.
Because they want to dominate other people. And it's unfortunate. It's a sickness they got, like their ancestors. It's all they really think this is power. That's why I tell you, I would never trade places with these billionaires. I would never trade places with Elon Musk or the Epstein class, because what a perversion. What a horrible life that you can live. You think that your billions of dollars can change my experience in the spiritual realm? First of all, we're immortal. And you up here playing games, man. You playing games on this finite rock. None of that bullshit cash you got and gold can do any good for you out here in the spiritual realm.
No.
But it's foolishness, man. It's foolishness. And people follow these fools. They follow these fools. The blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Listen, Your spirit is immortal. Your body is quite finite. But your spirit that creates this life I'm living here is one of many. One of many. I absolutely believe my future ancestors. I believe that this is my 722 crack at this earth one. When I'm gone, I'm gone. Nobody really came back like that they want to tell you about. But see, if these churches really was about that, we could have an answer to this universe. We could be out here really doing it. But they want to create scarcity so they can feel more important. No one should be out here starving in this realm, man. No one should be going through all the horrible stuff they're doing. Human beings have done this to themselves. The ones who are out here for their own perversion, they make other people suffer. And for what? So when you slip off this realm, you still got to go deal with them, bro. You still got to go deal with that, right? Why would you do all this to people? I can tell you, I was a soldier. I mistreated no one over there across there. My conscience is clear. I was very well treated in these combat zones. And I would never go out here and try to smash innocent life or do any of that type of horrible shit because I'm not that type of person.
I bet you was respected wherever you went with the people.
Exactly. I sat down with them, drank chai with them, whatever their traditions was, I honored their traditions.
Yeah.
Because I understand that there was nothing going to break my link to the spiritual realm. And I'm here to talk to anybody and talk to them in a way they can understand. But, you know, a lot of people just, you know, they join the military for the wrong reasons. And right now, we've got the worst people running all of this. That's why this thing is failing. That's why America's failing as a country. But really, humanity is failing because there's more autocracies than democracies in the world. And these people are just, it's a race. They know the world only has a finite amount of resources. And that stuff is burning the world up. They still want to mine every last bit of oil and coal. Like, come on, man. Come on.
We're supposed to be way past.
We're supposed to be way on that electrical chart right now. Yeah. But you keep on investing in war. For what? You don't even want to listen to scientists anymore. The dinosaurs, I understood why they got taken out. They did not have the connection to the spiritual realm or understood even the physical universe. What excuse do human beings got? The most advanced race on the planet. And look what we're doing to it. Look at all the stuff we allow these wicked people to do. Destroying all of this life, these other life forms in the water, and destroying all of this other life. Like, come on, man. We are all connected in this thing. And people gotta just wake the hell up. They do. But unfortunately, like I said, I'm here for us. Anybody else that something want to rub off on you, good. I'm here, but I'm here for Black liberation. I'm here for my people. And I'm going to walk the path that I believe I have to walk now. And we have to bring every weapon with us, especially the spiritual ones. Because that's the armor I form myself with. Being out here and recharging and linking up. I think that more people that rise up, we're gonna find each other out here. Wait, I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Listen, we can have some deep conversation, you guys. I did not think when I started the live that it would get this deep. But listen, this is my true passion though. Beyond anything else, this stuff here, I love this stuff.
People gotta find their power. They think they don't have it, but they got
They
it.
do. They do.
But you gotta use it for good for it to come.
Well, yeah, you gotta do it. And so listen, if you guys want more information, guys, I'll drop videos. Y'all let me know what you want to talk about. I can give you my materials, the things I have, the books I've studied, you know. And I ran into one Reiki worker here, another Black lady. I'm gonna go hit her up because she had this she got this blanket that I really like. She didn't want to sell it. She said she worked her healing on it. And I was like, I seen the energy come off. I'm like, you know what? I'm about to come back and holler at you. I need some work on my knee. I gotta see if she really own that. If she really got the skills. I'm like, listen, I need some more years up, man. Let me, come work with me a little bit. So, but listen, this was great, guys. This is stuff that I'm talking about right here, man. This is it. And so I will be back here in the Antifa War Room Friday. And if anything pop off, I'll probably just go live tomorrow, but more likely I'll be here Friday. And we got a Juneteenth event coming up here. I'm gonna drop more information about that as it gets closer.
Let's pray don't nothing pop off. I'm tired of these white men.
Yeah, you know I am too. Listen, I had to listen. It was so bad. I said, let me go and dip back in the spiritual realm, man. I said, I was like, how do you? I was like, I gotta go recharge, man, because this stuff is so ridiculous. I said, let me leave Earth One and go recharge for a bit. So I throw in my little headset, man, and break out my little stuff, and these guys start talking about different, because once they start talking about it, my mind started getting locked back in on it. And so that's why I say, hey, I go charge back up, man, and come back to Earth One. Sometimes you gotta take a break.
They got a documentary of the Harlem Hellfighters on Netflix. I need to look at this when I
Yeah, they do. They do. Oh, I love the Harlem Hellfighters, man. All that, man. World War II, all of that. Mm-hmm. They got some good documentaries over there. I bought a few documentaries too off of Amazon. I buy them off of there. That I really like.
I don't like they had this Michael Jackson, the verdict on here. Why you gotta be bringing that out while his, Michael is out? Like,
listen, they always trying to remember. They always trying to tarnish him because of what he stood for. He was a true light in this world of darkness, and they always try to tarnish him.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Hey, much love to all of you.
Good night, my sister Blackstar.
Hey, power to the people, baby.
Power to the people.
Africa, we heard your voice. We know where the chains began, but we also know where the scars continued. This is our reply from across the ocean. We grew up with missing names and broken bloodlines. Families erased from history, identities redesigned. They sold our ancestors, then laws kept us confined. Now we speak with truth so the world can recognize.
We are the children of survival,
built from pain, struggle, labor, and revival. From cotton fields to city streets,
we carried the title.
Black Americans speaking back with truth in every cycle.
We remember the shifts,
we remember the change,
we remember the nations
that benefited from our pain. But we also remember our strength remains. Our ancestors were taken from West Africa by European traders working with African kingdoms and middlemen who captured rival tribes and sold human beings for profit. Men, women, and children were forced on the ships during the transatlantic slave trade. Millions died before reaching American soil. Those who survived entered plantations in the United States, where slavery became an economic machine. Their labor built wealth for plantation owners, banks, insurance companies, railroads, and governments. Black Americans were stripped of original languages, religions, family names, and tribal identities. Slave owners separated parents from children to prevent rebellion and destroy cultural memory. Enslaved people worked from sunrise to night under violence, whip, starvation, and public punishment. After slavery ended in 1865, freedom still came with oppression. Black Americans faced black codes, segregation, lynching, and voter suppression. Schools were separated, housing was restricted, wealth was denied through discriminatory policies. Many black communities were burned during racial massacres like Tulsa. Even after military service in American wars, black veterans returned home to racism and unequal treatment. During the civil rights movement, leaders marched, protested, and died, demanding equal rights under the law. So when Africa speaks about the slave trade, understand we carry the consequences every generation. Our music, culture, language, and identity were created from survival inside a nation that profited from our ancestors' suffering. This history is not entertainment for us. It is inherited trauma mixed with resilience.
We search for roots they buried deep below, trying to rebuild what the slave ships stole. Different accents, same blood in our souls, separated by oceans but connected Built from pain, struggle, labor, and revival.
From cotton fields to city streets,
we carry the title.
Black Americans speaking back with truth in every cycle.
We remember the shifts,
We remember the change.
we remember the nations
that benefited from our pain. But we also remember our strength remains.
Yeah. Some black Americans feel anger toward Africa because history taught us that some Africans participated in capturing and selling other Africans. That truth cannot be ignored. But we also understand colonial powers expanded greed, warfare, and division across the continent. European empires industrialized slavery and transformed human lives into global commerce. America continued that system for centuries and built national wealth from unpaid labor. Today, many black Americans still face inequality in education, healthcare, policing, employment, and generational wealth. Yet despite slavery, segregation, and discrimination,
Black Americans created influential music, literature, sports, inventions, businesses, and political movements that shaped global culture. We turned suffering into influence, heard around the world.
this reply is not about hatred toward Africa.
It is about honesty.
We want acknowledgement of every side of the history.
We want understanding instead of silence.
The descendants of enslaved Africans in America,
Are still searching for connection.
identity, and healing after centuries of displacement.
No more hiding history.
No more.
No more rewriting pain.
The truth belongs to every generation.
Africa and Black America
Must speak openly so healing can begin.
We survived the shifts,
We survive the change.
we survived the loss.
Designed to keep us restrained.
now the descendants speak
With the voices
They could not contain.
from Africa to America. The story is connected forever. The wounds are real, but so is the bloodline.
Black Americans reply not with silence,
But with remembrance.